afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
with another late night THFC rants. 5-0 at home to Everton. 5-0 at home to Everton. Son with a goal, came with a brace. Reggie with a goal and an own goal. Good performance, good performance. And people want to know, It's official. Harry Kane gets to stay. Only took him 25 appearances. He finally got there. Thank you, John, and I appreciate it. I'm feeling about 65 to 75%. But let's get into the show. Thanking the folks who make this all possible. And we've got our Patreon members. You can head over to patreon.com/THFCRants, help the show out, and all of that good stuff. Thanks to Mama Coach, Wayne Bonner, Tony Go, Gogama, Alex Burton, Bosper, TV, John N, YouTube members, 4-Star General, Egli Kukuratus, Wayne Bonner, Mark Swift, Sai Says, Danny Kiriaku, Tony Go. Oh, also, I forgot William over there on the Patreon members. I still need to get your name on there. Dave Jones, Totten Tantrum, John Langford, Matthew THFC Collins, Chapter 30, David Eunice, Scott M, Matt Hayes, Totten Blog, True Stats Free, MZO, Dazza Hotspur, Aaron Dubb. Remember, when we get 30 members, we will be having a special member show that we do for just the members of the channel. But we got to hit that target at 30, otherwise we don't really have enough people to make it viable. Also, too, you can head over to www.tfcrants.com, pick yourself up some merch if you see anything there that you like. But let's start by bringing in one of my favorite all-time guests of the show. And if you do want to join the show, the link is pinned to the top. Just click the link, join the show. You can be a part of the madness. So let's start bringing in some people here. They're waiting in the back. You know them. You love them. You better be moving and jiving tonight. 5-0 at home, Tottenham Hotspur. Let's hear it for Maury. Spurs channel, show him some love in the comments. Let's hear it. We matched today.
I know.
We're matching.
The matching.
What do you think, man? First thoughts on the game. 5-0 at home.
My first thought is Romero is a legend. Taking out the Carlson, that was the highlight of the game. I loved it. Took him out. Forget the brace. That explained it all. That beautiful tackle, yellow card from Romero. I loved it. And I'm just gonna quote our coach, Antonio Conte, because this is what I'm thinking. This is exactly what I've been saying. One game at a time. I'm excited, but one game at a time, and we'll see where we finish. Conte said, today is a good day to celebrate, but I think that I want an answer from my players in the game against United. That's how I'm feeling. Great. We beat a rubbish team, Everton, which is really sad where they're going. But now, put your money where your mouth is. Saturday. Let's go. I want an answer. Let's see if we can win 2 consecutive games. Let's go.
I hear you, man. I hear you. But he also said too, when it comes to top four, he said he has to be the first one to take responsibility for it, and he says that's his target now, right? It's his Champions League, it's his Premier League titles reaching that top four. So yeah, big up to you too, man. Really appreciate the follow, the subscribe, watching the show, and all that good stuff. Kane tracker was embarrassing. I don't know. But at least I don't have to update it anymore. He gets to stay.
That's true.
Gets to stay. I don't know where Dietrich Kane is at.
He coming on.
He's hiding. He's hiding. Dietrich Kane is hiding.
He's hiding.
But we got another friend in the back.
Man, that second goal by Kane was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
Yeah.
We've got the man from down under. Always positively, always lovable, always lovely. Rocking a shirt from a few years ago. Shane, let's give him some love in the comments. Everybody, big up Shane in the comments. Let's do it.
The black.
Hello, Will. Hello, Murray.
Doing good, fella. How you doing? What were your thoughts on the game today?
It was boring.
It was kind of boring.
It was boring. Absolutely trounced them. You know, put them to bed in the first half, and yeah, Reggie come on and scored a goal. Do you reckon Ceci's injured?
Maybe a little bit of a niggle. I think I haven't read all of, for whatever reason, Antonio's press conference. The video didn't come out online yet that I've been able to find. That's usually part of my preparation for the show. I do have Alistair Gould's notes on it. How is Ryan Sessegnon? Ryan Sessegnon will have to make an evaluation tomorrow. I hope nothing serious, as it is a muscular problem. Looks like another hamstring thing that he was dealing with before. I hope nothing serious, because every time this player is having a continuity of performances and then something wrong, little injury, I hope it's nothing serious. He said he was happy for Sergio Reguilon because after COVID he came in and scored. He's another player who has a lot of space for improvement and expectation that he improves his level. Matt Doherty's another player who I'd like to underline the improvement. And then we also have Emerson.
Doherty had a pretty bloody good game, actually.
My man of the match, man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I thought Kulu was, or Decky, however you want to pronounce it, was the man of the match. I think he had a blinder. He didn't score, but he had an absolute blinder. Yeah,
he had 2 assists. I mean, still, it's, for me, there's no difference between a goal and an assist. They're both equally important, right? One can't happen without the other most of the time. So there are some non-assisted goals, but
I'm waiting for the Son haters to pop up.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure they'll be in there, but
they'll be in there.
Shamu.
Shamu. Woo!
Shamu's in the house. A lot of people are in the house, but I have a message for the Sun haters. You know, throw that up there. But
great meme.
What we do, I think Cody makes a great point, actually. What if Harry Kane saw the Harry Kane tracker and it
you get an assist? Well, you get an assist.
Yeah, I get the assist, man. I've pushed him. I've motivated him. He wanted to shut me up. But in order for this to be just an off season, he's got to reach 15, right? But the 10 limit was just for whether whether Dietrich Kane has to say we sell him or not. So he's reached that. He gets to stay. We don't have to have the conversation about selling him.
Dietrich's will be on later. I'm sure he'll pop on later.
Yeah, he's making his.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll try. But he's calling me. I have let's see. Matt Doherty for me today was man of the match.
9.4. too.
Yeah, I think on SofaScore he's 9.4. I gave him a 10 on mine. Look, even though like I don't think Doherty's got to do this regularly, right, in order for it to be a turnaround. But two decent performances, minus the cut match. Two decent performances in the league. I think even City. Did he play for City? I think he did. I can't remember right now. But starting to look like he's getting better and better, So hopefully he continues it up. I mean, we all know he can do it. He was second best right back in the league his last season at Wolves. But he's a long way from that, right? From that. But we can't. I think if we're going to be honest individuals, even the players we don't like, which I'm not particularly fond of Doherty, when they have a good performance, we have to call a spade a spade. If we're honest. Not everybody's honest, but.
So it was good to see that Winston didn't play. Bentancur played and had a really good solid game.
Yeah. You can tell the difference. It's just
huge difference. Although I actually rated, and we'll get into this later when we do the ratings, but I rated Bentancur higher than Højbjerg. But when you look at the numbers, Højbjerg actually had a better game than Bentancur did. So I was a little bit biased myself.
The general was everywhere.
Yeah,
maybe
Bentancur
was on the ball more than Højbjerg. I'm trying to remember from the game. Also,
I think it just seems that way. Like when I watch the games back, when I watch them, I just like Bentancur more, so I pay more attention. I mean, that's the problem with the eye test, right? You're either picking out the players you don't like, or you're picking the players you like, right? Over the others, but
Sidney Baxter's causing a stir.
He's just a gooner. If it's a he, she, they, them, zer. But it is a bias, Tony. I was biased. I didn't realize Højbjerg was as impactful and had as good a performance as he did. Because I don't really prefer him in that midfield spot. I'd like to upgrade on him, so I'm not going to be as diligent in rating him fairly. But let's see here. We've got some more people rocking around in the back. My partner in crime.
Oh,
every time he's excited about the game, he called it yesterday over on Henry Wright's show. He said Spurs were gonna win comfortably. He called it again. The Pied Piper himself, Coach Stelios, showing me love. Showing me love in the chat. Big him up. Big him up. He's eating chili. I don't know. Do you guys eat chili in the UK?
Yeah, we eat chili. It's not chili. It's not chili. It's tomato soup.
Tomato soup. Nothing more American than tomato soup.
Just went all over the keyboard.
Apple pie, baseball, and tomato soup, right? Campbell's tomato soup.
And I've got a cheeseburger just because I know Cody's watching.
There you go. We got another guy waiting in the back, but before we bring him on, Mr. Stell, what were your thoughts on tonight's performance? Your top takeaways from today?
First of all, I thought Spurs put in a really good performance, and we should have won maybe 7-8-0. We really should have scored more goals. I thought the team as a whole all played pretty well. Bentancur coming back in changes the midfield for us. Clearly, he's it's actually putting a proper man in the midfield. I think Everton defensively are one of the worst teams I've seen in the Premier League this season. I knew they were in trouble. I knew they were struggling, but wow, they are. They. Do you know what? They could genuinely get relegated. You know.
I know. I said they're in the mud, man. They're going down.
they're in big trouble. And if Everton get relegated,
That's huge.
Well, that means Dominic Calvert-Lewin is on the on the sales table if they go down, man.
So is Dele Alli again. So is Dele Alli.
Yeah, but as long as we get our $54 million or 40 million pounds or whatever it is, I don't care. He can play the championship.
I tell you, and you know what? Like, I know I'm happy we won. You know, like when you introduced me, I said we'd win comfortably today. But if Everton go down, I will actually be gutted for football because they're roughly the same kind of level club as Tottenham. I know we've got a bigger stadium, global fan base and whatnot, but Everton are a massive club, guys. So
big club. I got a lot of people in the back waiting to come on. Some first timers, or maybe not first timers, but for this particular show, I think they're both first timers. But we'll bring them in one at a time. We've got the guy who cleans off spaces for trophies on the shelf. Barry from Shelf Size Spurs is in the house.
How we doing, boys?
What's going on, man?
Just got back from the game.
Just got back from the game. That's good. Quick takeaway before I bring in. I got two more guests waiting in the back.
I agree with Stel. We could have been a bit more ruthless, but look, it was 5-0. Doherty was insane. Bentancur, Kulusevski, just fantastic.
Oh yeah,
good deal. But I've also got the man, the myth, the legend. He's actually one of my favorite new Spurs pundits in the YouTube community. The great, the wonderful, the balanced, the rational. Spurs talk shows in the house. Everybody show him your love in the chat. Big him up, Sean.
what's up?
What's going on today, man?
It's game day!
Game day. What are your big takeaways from today's? And I do have one more person to bring in, so try to keep it a little bit short. What are your big takeaways from today's match? What impressed you the most?
You know what, man? I was at the game. It was so hard to. I was West Stand lower. It was difficult. It's so much more difficult to take everything in when you're at the game live. But I thought that Estelle was right. Bentancur coming back changes everything in the midfield. It was just an easy. Everton are so bad. I feel for them because I like them as a team. I like them as a club, but they're going down. I think that Leeds have got more about them. I think Burnley are going to get out of trouble. It's between Leeds and Everton. Tottenham are great. Bring in the next guest.
Bring him in. You know him. You love him. Spurs #1 hypester, the hype master himself. His eyes never tell lies.
I'm telling you, bro.
Marcelo's in the house.
Bro.
Everybody, big him up in the chat.
I'm telling you,
bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
Harry Winks didn't play. We won. Harry Winks didn't play. We won. I told you. Harry Winks plays. We lose. Harry Winks doesn't play. We win. It's simple as that. I'm telling you, bro. Bentancur absolutely bossed that midfield, bro. Absolutely bossed that midfield. Him and Pierre were the perfect duo that night. You know, when Skippy comes back, we got a midfield again, bro. I don't ever want to see that clown Winks play ever again. What a performance from Spurs. Doherty, I don't know what juice that man drank tonight, bro. I don't know what jumbo juice that guy drank, but he was on fire, bro. It must have been Cafu's sweat or something, bro, because he looked like Cafu tonight, man.
It was the Irish Cafu, man. The Irish Cafu.
The Irish Cafu, man. I don't know, bro. Like he was on fire tonight. Harry Kane doing what he's supposed to do, man. I mean, he was fantastic. What was it? The second finish was just class. I mean, I don't know how he finished that. That was just class. Sonny, felt like he missed a couple of chances, but I thought he had a great game. I don't know why people were we're bigging him up, bring him down. I don't know what's with the Sun hate these recent times, but I thought Sonny was good.
An
Everybody
agenda.
was good.
It's because he's apparently not world class.
Yeah, not world class. He needs to be sat. He needs to be sold.
He's not world class.
He is world class.
He is world class.
He's so world class.
He missed 2 1-on-1s. He's not world class, man.
So the Sonny.
Sonny.
I mean, no, Mane. Mane has missed 1-on-1s. Mane has missed penalties.
I'm talking about Son today.
No, but
Yo, Cody.
Hey guys, is top 4 back on?
I don't know.
You never learn.
Back on.
You never learn, man. You never
Can we go
learn.
there?
You
Can
never
we
learn.
go there?
It's
No, we can't go
it's
there.
not on.
Okay.
We'll
No.
give it a time.
I think. Look. I think if we go beat United and we beat Brighton and we beat West Ham, yes, I will say top 4 is back on. But if we do not beat them, get those 3 wins, I'm sorry, it is not on.
But Marcelo, if Arsenal win their next 4, they're still 6 points ahead of us.
But the thing is, we'll play Arsenal.
They got tough
I don't
games.
think
They
they'll
have
win.
much tougher
They
games
can't
than
win
us.
their next 4.
They got to play
They got much
Liverpool.
tougher games than us.
They're not beating Liverpool.
They're not beating Liverpool. They got to play Chelsea.
Yeah, they
West
won't beat
Ham,
Liverpool. They
West
won't
Ham
beat Liverpool.
away, Southampton away, Crystal
But
Palace.
we're not going to beat Liverpool either.
Yeah, I
No.
know.
But we only have
Arsenal got a tough running. Arsenal got a tough.
They played the
But
Highlands.
I'm telling you right now, the way that I saw United play this weekend, if the same team that showed up tonight against City
Against
and against
City.
Leeds shows up,
Harry Maguire.
United won't even be a problem. It'll be a 4-0.
No,
Yeah, no, I'm telling you.
Stop it, Stell. It's Manchester City.
Stella, my name's Will.
I mean, Will.
I live in
my
people's
bad.
heads. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Rent free. I'm there.
No, you know
I'm
what,
there.
Will. I thought you're such a logical person. I couldn't correlate you saying that.
Why wouldn't I
Like,
say that?
I
Did you
couldn't-
watch them play
How
this
do you-
weekend?
Marcelo.
Yes, but that's Man City, man. That's
They got
Manchester
turned over
City.
4-1 by Man City.
Yeah,
right?
but that's Manchester City. City can do that
And you,
against anybody
We
except
beat
for
them
us.
3-2 in the
Yeah, but
exact
that's
same
Tottenham.
stadium.
But
Sorry.
there's bad juju when City plays against Tottenham. There's just bad juju. They just don't beat us.
Bro, we beat them 6-1 last season at their own place.
You mean United, not City?
Yeah,
United.
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 But like, I don't know, man.
They had no Ronaldo.
I
It's
do
going to
agree.
be a close game. It'll be a
I think
close game.
we can win. I think we can win. If you said we can win, but like to say we're gonna slap them up 4-0 or like I don't know.
I said
man.
it's possible if that City team shows up, if today's team shows
United,
up,
you mean?
right? We can. It's possible. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it will happen.
I think we're gonna beat them. I
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I just don't know, man. I don't know with the squad.
I'll tell you one thing though. I'm doing the watch along for We Are Tottenham TV, so something's going to go down.
Still,
Something's
I'll
gonna-
tell you
some-
one thing
something's
that
gonna go
has to
down.
not go down is for you to accuse people that are renewing their season tickets as being
Oh.
bad for the cause when you yourself is renewing a season ticket. That was
Took
the
you-
worst.
took you-
That was the
took you
worst.
1 minute.
That
Took
was
you
the
1 minute.
worst. The
Took you
worst
1
thing I've
minute.
ever heard in my life today.
You came on this show in your head planning at what point can I do it, and
No,
in
no,
1 minute
no.
you broke.
Bro,
1 minute and you broke.
I'm in a great mood tonight, but still,
Yeah.
You've won me over many times in the last week. We had a long call. You've won me over, but that thing that you put out today, what the fuck was that, bro?
It's
It
true.
was so
I think
bad.
honestly, I think after Middlesbrough, everybody fought against each other. Will and I literally had like a 24-hour discussion on Harry Winks, and I still won't forgive you for giving him a 6. I'm sorry. Like I will never forgive you for that. You cannot give Harry Winks a 6 for that Middlesbrough performance. There's nothing you can tell me. There's no stats. There's no logic.
Will's
There's
Will's
nothing
always
in
got
it
stats.
that can tell me
Will's
that
always got
Harry
stats.
Winks.
Days, man.
Marcelo,
There is
Marcelo.
nothing you can tell me that Harry Winks deserves a 6 out of 10 for that Middlesbrough
But-
performance.
But there's fans tonight calling Doherty the second coming. They're calling him Diego Doherty. They're calling him Maradoherty. There's picture of Maradona with Doherty's face on. It's like,
Come on, that's got to be a troll, right?
Yeah,
it's
but
gotta be
it's a troll. It's a troll. Sal.
yeah,
Sal.
everyone's-
Are you- but Stella, are you
everyone's
trolling?
Doherty.
Sal,
Still,
it's having
are you
fun,
trolling?
man.
Are you trolling about the season ticket thing?
I just called him Cafu, the Irish Cafu, man.
Oh
Come on
my
now.
God, man.
We're just having fun. No, we're just
Listen,
having fun.
The
We're
last
just
time,
having
Doc,
fun.
I'm having fun too. I'm having fun too.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
It's just. I just like having a bit
Allow it.
more. Dude, the
But we
last
know-
time Doherty played well was against Leeds. the worst defense I've seen this season. Tonight, he has a good game. This is actually a worse defense than Leeds.
No, but like
He's good. He's good.
No,
He's
they're not
good
actually.
against shit
not.
defenses.
They're not.
I think going into
this.
this game, if you look at the list of teams who have conceded the most goals, I think Leeds was number 1 with like 17. Then you had Norwich. Then you had us at like 5, and then you had Everton or us at 6 and Everton at 5 or something like that.
Doherty's
Like,
good against dog shit, man. Let's see what he does at United.
Over the last
Let's see
6
what he
months.
does at United. Then I might change my ways.
But the thing is, though, like obviously we know he's not the guy that we need to compete for the title, right? I think all of us can agree here, right? But as we slam him for the bad games he has, we have to also
100%.
praise him for the good games he has. You know,
100%.
like you have to be fair.
Against shit teams, though. Come on.
Even against shit teams. Even against shit teams.
We lose to shit teams all the time. We lose to shit teams all the time.
We lost to one on Wednesday
Yeah, but
I'm worried about you, bro.
or Tuesday, whatever day it
We
was.
lost against Burnley.
Come on, Stel. He gets no praise. Doherty gets no praise from me. Zero.
Oh,
Ever.
Stel.
Neither the season ticket renewals.
That's the fans. That's the fans.
No,
Don't confuse the players and the fans.
No, but Sal, don't you agree that these are games that like we should be picking up? Like, there's been games.
But,
where
I'm
we should
coming
be
for
picking
you.
up.
I'm coming.
No, hold on, Sal.
I
There's
love
been
you, Stel. I
games-
love you, man. I love you. You're hilarious. You're brilliant.
I would say this. This game I was more worried about than the United game. I think
No
we're
way.
actually-
Come on,
no,
Marcelo. Really?
Let me explain it. I think we'll play better against United because we play better on the counter. If you see against Liverpool, City, some of our best games were teams that came in attacking, we played on the counter. Everton are a low blocking team. They're very tight and compact. We struggle against low blocking, compact team. Look at Burnley. You know, we couldn't break them. And today we were very creative and, you know, Doherty was
Everton
putting
did no
balls in
blocks
the
tonight,
box.
That's trying to...
Everton were literally like they didn't low block and they didn't press. It was I've never seen it in the 250 games I've seen at White Hart Lane. I've never seen a team as bad
I'm
as
not gonna lie.
Everton.
I also think Frank Lampard is a shit coach. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there. I think he's
Yeah.
bad.
Listen, if Rafa
He's
Benitez,
overrated.
I had a guy on my show a couple of days
Well,
ago,
Derby.
a friend of mine who's a
Well,
massive
Derby.
Everton fan, and he said to me, he's a massive Evertonian, and he said, at best, Tottenham, in his mind, at best, 0-0. Tottenham are going to beat us 4-0 because Frank Lampard will refuse to do the low block and to learn from how to beat Tottenham. He goes, Frank Lampard just won't do it. If Rafa Benitez was still in charge, Everton would sit low, sit deep, and frustrate the life out of Tottenham, and maybe get something out of it. But Frank Lampard won't do it. And this guy Michael was absolutely spot on. They had,
But he
nothing.
did it against
They offered
City,
nothing.
Butler. He did it against Man City, and they almost nicked a point.
Still,
Well, yeah, but they
Still.
didn't. But they didn't
Yeah.
tonight. Frank
come
Lampard
on.
looked at Tottenham and
look
thought,
at this.
we
Look at this.
can outplay Tottenham, and they fucked up.
Look at this.
massively.
Look at this beauty.
9.3. That's a fantastic performance.
Oh my God!
Look at
I mean,
this.
it is. Look at hold on. Before you, oh my God, 2 assists, 9 out of 7 ground duels, 100% on his aerial duels. Only lost the ball 15 times, 2 interceptions, 5 tackles.
That's fantastic. And look,
Great.
this is what will you
Passing-
agree with me?
He did
Long
well
ball,
against the
6 out of 4,
championship.
big
Too.
chances created
He
2.
did well against the championship. too.
Will you agree with me when we were debating to keeping Bale? I think this was you and I. We were debating keeping Bale, and everybody said, well, he was scoring against the small teams. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But now we have like other players who can't score against big teams or small teams, and we're fucked. This is the same thing. Like, you know, we could have Emerson who can't play against the small teams or the big teams. Or we can at least have Doherty who can at least put a performance against the small teams. I'd rather have at least one of those.
No, 100%.
Honestly.
Because it matters too, especially right
It
now. The goal
matters.
differential is huge.
And,
Well,
and
Will,
3
Will,
points
just quickly,
it's so
mate.
crucial.
Just quickly, when you bring up stats, like I'm a guy who I listen. I like you. I take stats with a pinch of salt, but I bring them in because they develop an opinion that they shouldn't form your opinion, but they develop it. But if you watch the last 30 minutes of today, it was literally we were just passing, and like just
Yeah, because we're 5-0 up.
no, I get that, but my point is that that number that you just showed, the 9.2, all of those players will have massage numbers because all of them touch the ball maybe
But
5,
that's what you're.
20,
but
20
you can-
30% more than they would otherwise have done, and all had increased passing percentages because it was just so easy just to pass the ball around for the last half an hour. There was no game. So
But
the stats on that game might look a little bit massaged.
I would say, Sean. I'll say this, Sean. That's what we're
Massage, like in
supposed to do.
comparisons to other games, yes, right before that game. No.
Yeah.
But I will say this. That's what you're supposed to do. When you're
No,
listen,
I get it.
When
I
you're
get it. I'm
3-0
just saying,
up,
yeah.
it frustrated the living shit out of me because last season we would be like 3-0 up and we couldn't pass the ball around. We'd just sit deep
We'd
and then
concede 3 goals.
concede 3 goals. Get the ball, pass it around, keep it simple, keep it nice and tight, and don't let Everton get a chance.
I think
And that's what we did
Bentancur.
today.
I think Bentancur changes the
He's a
possession.
baller. He's a baller.
But-
Him in midfield changes the way we play, man, so much.
100%. But I do got to read out the super chat. Gogama says 우리 son이 너무 잘 됐었어요.
It's about son.
골 축하 화이팅. She said our son did very well today.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your goal. 화이팅.
Can you read that, Will?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he knows Korean.
I know you can speak it. You can read it as well, can you? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, he's bilingual.
Yeah,
Yeah, his wife is Korean.
But we have I do want to make a comment to a lady named Stephanie. I guess it's a lady over who's a subscriber to Henry Rice's channel. Apparently I chase Korean clout. Out of all of the channels,
What an accusation.
yeah. Apparently out of all the channels, Stell knows Estelle. Who has more Korean subscribers, you or me?
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah.
That's
No,
fucking
you do.
hilarious. Who
You have more
accused-
Korean subscribers than me.
Wait. Who accused you of?
I have. Oh no, yeah, no. I've got 9.5%. Yeah.
Yeah. I only have like
I don't know how.
1.2%.
That's so funny.
Only
Someone's
1.2% of my
gone after you.
subscribers. So that means
Someone's gone
I have
after you.
yeah. So that means I have out of 1,600 subscribers. That means I have what? 16? 6? Yeah, or 160?
That is fucking hilarious.
Or that'd be 10%.
How
16.
dare you? How dare you?
How dare I have 16?
Chase clout from a different part of the world. How dare you?
I know,
You
right?
got the Empress anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Well, no, I just thought it was funny, and I got called. I like to go back and watch shows and look at the live chat because I don't tend to look at the live chat when it's not my show.
My issue with that is, I listen. If you were just saying, "Oh, Sonny is good," and you didn't back it up, then like maybe they would have a, I guess an argument. Let's just put it that way. But like every time we've gotten in arguments about Sonny, we've always been able to back it up, and it's they who can't back it up. So I'm just gonna say this: they're just haters. They just hate Sonny. It's a big thing in England. I'm sorry. Like I see a lot of people do it. Foreign players get more hate. They just do. It's just natural.
Marcelo,
Kane.
nobody in England that I know would ever criticize Sonny.
No,
the guy on that show. Yeah, like Will, you.
I'm not saying
destroyed him.
racism. I'm not saying racism. I'm not saying that. I just think it's natural, right? Like if I have a Brazilian, I'm more likely to support the Brazilian, right? Like if an English player has more shit games, like for example Dele Alli, right? Dele Alli got so much support, even when he was dog shit. Sonny, who's our top scorer, is getting more hate than Dele Alli was in the season 2018.
Marcelo,
That's
is Sonny getting hate, or is it just a debate if he's world class or not? Because for me,
No,
I
he's
just-
getting
No,
straight
Stell,
up
go
hate.
look at my. You obviously
Go look
don't read
at
my
some of the
tweets.
Twitter. It's straight up hate.
Really? Really?
I don't
Straight up
hate Sonny.
Yeah.
I love
Straight up
Sonny. I
hate.
love Sonny. I think
There's
Sonny's.
some people saying
Sonny's
shit,
amazing.
needs
Sonny's
to be
amazing.
dropped.
Shit, drop, sold,
Yeah,
No,
benched.
Are they
He needs to
trolling?
earn his spot
Are they
back.
really
No,
Spurs
these aren't
fans?
trolls. These
They're
aren't
Spurs
trolls.
There's
Spurs fans.
Who are these Spurs fans?
there's a couple of people in my group chat
I
that
told
are
you the
doing
fan
that.
base is a problem. I told you.
And every time and listen,
Especially those season ticket renewal guys. They're the
No,
their
'cause
biggest problem
I'm
ever.
telling you.
Yeah, there was a post that Sim commented on Twitter from the We Are Tottenham TV account, and it was like spy guy whatever, and he was like da 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 da. So Sim commented because are we all in agreement that Son should be benched and have to earn his spot back? And Sim responded, well, he's got 6 goals and 4 assists in his last 11 matches, the most goal contributions of any Spurs player. I added that last part. Over their last 11 matches. Do you think that's worth benching him for? And then there was, just responding to Sim's comment, there was probably 20 or 30 people that said, no, he needs to be sat, he needs to be benched, he needs to be.
Yeah, because we got Mbappe on the bench. So we're bringing in Mbappe.
So no, it's a big thing right now out there, at least in the Twitter world.
Doesn't Sonny have better stats this season and more goal contribution than Mane?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know what people
not more goals, but more goal contributions. Yeah.
Yeah, goal contribution.
I don't think it's beyond the realms of a debate whether or not in the last month you could look at Sonny and compare him to previous Sonny and say he's not necessarily back to his best since he come back from injury.
I don't know, man.
Nope.
It doesn't mean that we should be agreeing that he should be dropped by any stretch because we've got no one better. But you can critique, not criticize, but critique his performance.
You could say he's not maybe 100%. But
yeah, it's not his best season.
But 80% would be the minimum that you could go, right? To say he's maybe 80 out of 100%.
Today was the first time in a while that you've seen him back to his best.
Paxton Rowe did brought up a good point that maybe he's still suffering from the injury.
I don't think it's that.
Cody said that.
I'll
no, someone Paxton Rowe said.
Cody said it too on Twitter.
That maybe he's not 100%, he's 90%, but maybe that's just a little. Which I mean, it's a tough injury to be fully 100%, you know. But
Sessignon just re-injured his, right? So
I don't think that's it, man. You know, honestly, what I think it is just the quality of the team. It's just gone down. We lost Toby, right?
I think it's a lot of things. I think it's the system.
What's the quality of the team got to do with Son in a one-on-one situation?
Because hold on. Okay, everybody, dude. Kane has missed 101s. Mane has missed 101s.
One-on-one with the keeper.
Son today.
When did he have a one-on-one with the keeper today?
This Son under Mourinho. I'm not praising Mourinho, by the way. I'm just saying
Sonny missed one-on-one under Mourinho.
I think Son had the most clinical season ever under Mourinho.
No, but he missed one-on-ones under Mourinho.
I don't think
Remember
screaming for the ball,
Fulham?
and he's like, "I'm going to hold on to it."
That wasn't a one-on-one with the keeper.
Right, but he's in a dangerous position where he would have scored or created. He loses the ball. Then he has another one-on-one. He misses it. Then he goes one-on-one with the goalie. I'm telling you, was it poor goalkeeping or a good shot that
one-on-one with
allowed the goal?
When did he have
I think a better goal was a shot.
He only had one one-on-one. He only had one one-on-one.
And he shot, and it was a good save from Pickford.
So they
his goal today should have been
horrible job though.
His goal should have been saved.
What did Bergwijn do when he was brought on today?
Bergwijn's
Seriously, what's
trash.
No.
He's right.
Hold on. I have a point to make. Sonny is not suffering from a decline or anything. It's just a decline in the team, right? Sonny likes to make runs, right? But last season he had Toby who could ping a ball, right? Right now we have nobody in the back who can ping a ball. As much as I love Romero, he doesn't have that ability to ping. He doesn't have that vision that Toby has, right? So we lost Toby. So that's another creator gone. We lost Aurier, who was probably our second best crosser in the game. Actually third if you consider Kane, right? He's gone. That's another creator. We lost Bale, who was another goal contributor. We lost so many people who can find Son and contribute goals. Like right now, other than with Bentancur and Kane, I don't really see anybody consistently giving Sonny any balls, man. To make runs, to get to those spots. Last season we had those guys. We don't have anybody like that.
But Sonny used to be the player that ran with the ball. Now he doesn't run with the ball. But I don't blame Son. By the way, can I say, I don't blame Son for what's happening. I think the system we play, the position he's playing in, is forcing him to become a different type of player, and that's not the Son that we're used to. I still think Son's a great player, by the way. I think Son's brilliant. I just don't think he's world class.
I think you're missing things, right? Because today, it was him running with the ball. It was him running with the ball that caused Reguilon's goal.
Okay, Will once, but before,
let me
tell you something. Do you remember that goal he scored against Burnley when he ran past 5 players? Do you remember that goal he scored at Wembley?
Yeah, but that happens once
Chelsea?
in a lifetime.
No, not for Son. He did it against Chelsea at Wembley.
That's
he picked
twice
up the ball out wide,
in
ran
6
past
years.
3 players. He picked up the ball against Arsenal, ran up the wing, cut in, 30-yard top corner. Son always used to have that in his locker. I saw it once this season, and it was against
Burnley.
Brighton in the FA Cup. We ran with the ball. He went past 3 players, and then the ball went to the far post, and Kane tapped it in for, I think, the second or third goal. No, against Brighton in the FA Cup.
Was that Brighton? Yeah.
But like, okay, but here's the thing, Stel.
Wait, Marcelo. What I'm saying is, I think fans are used to that. So when they don't see that, they see a different type of.
But that's an unreasonable expectation for him to do that every match.
But
I know. I'm just saying that's what fans are used to.
What's Del saying? Everything's relative. When you set the bar so high and then you drop down a little bit from the base mark, from the benchmark that you set, people go, well, shit, Son's no longer as good as he was, but he's a victim of his own levels.
Yeah, but my issue is you're talking about you're talking about seasons where we had attacking threats in the team. Right now, if we're being honest, well, with Kuleveski now we have another attacking threat. Right now, it's only really Kane and Son. You know, for majority of the season,
it's always Kane and Son.
No. But
and Kulu now.
Last
and
season,
Kulu.
no, Kulu now. But last season we had Bale, right?
Yeah, we had Bale.
We had
true.
also.
Okay, yeah, we did.
We had
Ericsson
also
before that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then we also had Toby with the ability to. Man, Toby's pings were so important, man. People
Especially for
forget
Son.
about that, especially for Son. And then you had Aurier, who liked to get up. Up in the pitch. He was another attacking threat. Like nowadays, it's much easier to mark Son because there's less attacking threats. There's just less.
We got to remember that Harry Kane was not like a big assister before last season, right? Like last season is an anomaly in his normal form. You're talking a guy who maybe on a good year had 4 assists.
He did. Well, if you saw the interview he did on Sky. He said that he did that when he was younger, coming up in the ranks, but really didn't have to because you had Ericsson, you had Dele Alli playing behind him. So he didn't really have to really drop in deep until, Jose came in and then he had to, change the game.
Well, also another thing is it's also easy to beat Spurs. I thought Frank Lampard was naive today. If I'm Frank, I'm sitting deep. Have a man mark Kane, right? Because he's not the fastest, but he's able to create and he's able to score. But like, have your best defender man mark Kane, and have your right winger and the right-sided center back man mark Sonny, and you win. That's how you beat Spurs. You just have to man mark those two players. If you keep Son and Kane quiet throughout the game, there's nobody else. Kulu, maybe he can create a chance, but like. It's just our tools become so much smaller. I think Frank was naive today. I thought he was a fucking idiot, but thank goodness, because
I do want to get this second super chat in here from Goguma, and Goguma, thank you very much. You are the Empress. She also said Bentancur did very well today as well. And guys, don't make Goguma carry the weight. Don't listen to Stell. It's okay to super chat if you want to.
Let's talk about my boy.
Don't blame me for your income.
Let's talk about my boy, Mr. Romero. Oh, I love that. I love the shithouse he makes it, man. That was beautiful.
Man, he just needs a skillful. He just needs a skill. Like, he needs a Toby, man. That's what he needs right now. He needs someone that can ping the ball. That's because he's just a destroyer, man. He gets the ball back. He brings it up the pitch. You know what I mean? He's so good with it. The only thing Romero lacks is the pings, man. You get a guy that can ping the ball and is as comfortable as he is, man, oh man, we have a skillful backline. I'm telling you, he just needs a Toby.
But I think we've been really positive so far in the show.
So let's go negative.
Yeah, that can't happen here. But Cody hasn't been able to give his comments because he just brings himself in. So Cody, what are your takeaways from today's performance?
Cody. Everton are terrible. Let's be honest. They were terrible. Just as bad as Leeds were. Didn't seem to be able to deal with us. And you can kind of see what a difference it makes when Conte has a little bit more time to prepare and the players get a little bit more time to rest. The players all seem to have their heads on a little bit straighter today compared to Middlesbrough. It's just I just really felt Yeah, I mean, you don't want to lose to a championship side. You don't want to go out of the cup. But, I mean, that same 11 getting played 3 days after the previous Premier League match, you could really see that a lot of players were running on fumes, and it was leading to mental mistakes, and we weren't keeping our shape in defense, and we just didn't have anything left. Today, we outmuscled them. We had two hands on Everton's neck the whole game. It was like, for once, we did what we were supposed to do, how we were supposed to do it. We're supposed to beat a team that's sitting 16th, 17th in the Premier League. We're supposed to take a team that's fighting a relegation battle and ragdoll them. That felt good. We haven't ragdolled many teams this year, so it was promising. I mean, personally, I'm not getting sucked into believing that this is a top 4 quality squad, but at least today, the race didn't come to an end, and that's what I was afraid of, because all the other results this weekend all went in favor of Arsenal and in favor of us, but only if we took advantage of it. So it was nice to see that finally, when given an opportunity, that we took it with both hands, and hopefully this is just the start of something, because we've got nothing else to focus on for the rest of this year except the Premier League. So, you know, it's a huge game coming up this weekend, and hopefully we can carry some momentum into it, and United carry that opposing momentum coming off a spanking from the Premier League champions.
I think honestly, I think we're gonna be United, and then we're gonna go on and lose to Brighton. I truly believe that.
I don't think so.
I truly believe
West
that.
Ham is the only.
I think
team
we're going to go on a massive run now. If we can get Skippy and Bentancur back, I think that.
How
don't
long
put
is
your
Skip's
bets on
injury?
anyone that's pessimistic. Park it, because I think we're going to go on a Skippy's going to be back in. Maybe not.
It's the history.
You
The history of Tottenham.
Look,
It's what
you can't call
happens.
us. You can't call
However
us
you want to do.
pessimistic.
No, I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm just saying anybody that's thinking.
How is it?
Relax. I'm not saying. I'm not.
Pessimistic's not an insult. That's
It's not an insult. Anyone that's that has lower expectations, in my opinion, I'm a glass half full guy. I think I said this before tonight. I think that this is going to be the catalyst once we get our midfield back. Once we get Skippy as an option and Bentancur, I think that's going to solve a lot of issues. The fact that we only play one game a week now. The two biggest issues that we've had to challenge us are the fact that we always struggle when we have 2 games a week, and we struggle when we have Winks in the side. Both of those things are now hopefully not going to be an issue. I personally am someone that looks to the positive. In my crystal ball, I see good things coming. I know that pessimism maybe people.
I think it's more skepticism.
I hate to see when fans say that, right? My glass is half full. I look to the positive. It says that the alternative option is they don't do that, right?
I'm not. No,
But-
I'm just. I'm not.
The point I'm trying to make is
I'm not always trying to compare myself to other fans and working out who's in the right, who's in the
Yeah,
wrong.
but what's the
I'm just
alternative
saying,
option then?
I'm
What's
in
the
a good
alternative
place.
to that?
My mental space. I got my hat on my head right now. I'm thinking.
But
I've had a couple of glasses of Prosecco.
The alternative.
I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go on a good run now. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
The alternative. Yeah, the alternative. You have glass half full, water in the glass, and glass half empty. I'm a water in the glass kind of guy.
Right. For me, I'm different to all of that. The way I see it is this. If I can control the outcome, I'm super positive. That's why at work, the businesses I have, and family life, I do quite well. It's because I can control the outcome.
So you don't trust anybody.
When it comes to Tottenham, I have no control of the outcome.
Yeah.
So for me to be positive and glass half full with Tottenham, I need to see it consistently.
You still can't control it. You still can't control it. So
like what Poch did. And I thought, right, I actually believe in this. I can see it. I'm feeling it. I'm watching it. With Tottenham, it's like as soon as we get a good result, we might get another one. We'll go and draw with Norwich, or we'll go until I see us go on like 7-8 games now, undefeated. Maybe 1 draw in there or 2 max.
I think we might do it.
But the history of this season so far shows
Yes,
you
we
we won't.
won't.
And that's why I'm like,
No, the history of this.
really?
Hold on. Let's be accurate. The history of this season shows us that we can lose every other match, right? The history of this season shows us that we can lose 3-4 in a row. The history of the season also shows us that we can go on a 9-game undefeated run, right? So,
Oh, I love that stat, man.
right now you just pluck one out. pick whichever one you want to grab onto.
Exactly. So the history shows. The history shows. No, you just proved me right. The history shows there's no consistency. So how can you be confident if there's no consistency?
I
can't.
think
You just gotta grab
exactly,
one.
Will. You can't.
You can.
I think
you can believe.
Believe. Hope. You can hope. Yeah.
He's been drinking. He's admitted it. He's drunk.
I am drunk tonight, but I'm still going to believe.
No, but listen, respect your positivity. I'm not trying to knock it, man. You keep doing that. But
hold on. There's a difference.
There's no evidence to back it. There's no evidence.
Yeah, there's a difference between believing and knowing, though, right? There's two different things. Go ahead, Mar.
But currently, I post on the WhatsApp chat our trajectory right now. In reality, win, loss, win. So, for me, I just want to see us win 2 games in a row because it's been 3 weeks where it's been win, loss.
In all competitions, because we have won 2 in a row in the league, right?
Yeah. In all competitions, it's been win,
which
loss,
is only the league now. So
win, loss, win.
He's always got
I want to see, because Conte said it, I'll be relaxing on the beach with my cell phone on, and I want to see in Mexico, seeing that we can play 2 games. 2 games. I don't care if we win 1-0. If we could get 2 victories of our current form, because right now it's been win loss.
Mari, do you think Man United are going to beat us?
My heart, I want to say, because Maguire is shit.
I don't know, Murray. I know most of these guys where they sit on the fence on the kind of glass.
No, I think we'll be United.
Murray, I don't know where you fit. So
I'm just saying. Will could test that. I'm just saying everybody's stream. I want to take it 1 game at a time.
Okay, but the next game is United, so take it.
Yeah, the next game is United. I want to say that we are going to win that game because I'm looking at United. I'm looking at their defense. I am factoring that Bentancur is back, that he could slice some passes through to Kane and Son, along with Kulu, against that United defense. That United defense, the center backs, I do not rate them right now at all. And
so we're going to win then, yeah? In your mind, we're going to win. Or at least get a point. Yeah, but we're going to... Yeah, okay.
Do you know Man United, right? I actually think we can go there and win right now. I do actually believe we can go there and win. I do. I've just got one concern, and this is what concerns me about this game. And that's why I think it's going to be a crazy game. Man United, after that defeat, that was absolutely damaging to that club, to the fan base, right? They have to respond. And that's my only worry.
Have they might got a European game before?
Wait. You think? Hold on. Wait.
Sean, you're right. Sean, I'm just worried if they go at home in front of their fans to lose to us after what happened at Man City. It just worries me.
What is more? Hold on. What is more degrading? Losing 4-1 to City away or drawing 0-0 to Watford at home?
Well, City's a derby. It's your rivals, man. It's like Spurs, Arsenal, City.
I'm just saying. But Man United's nowhere near. Like, dude, were you upset if you lost to Arsenal in the 90s when we were not early 2000s when we weren't even close to them?
Yes.
Yeah, we were upset, but it was part of the course. It was part of the course.
Right, but I mean, you went into that match expecting we're going to beat them.
Because the next day, see, this is the thing about derby. The next day, you go to work, you go to school, you go to see your family. And half of them support the opposition. And it's the shit you get.
I hear you.
Manchester's worse. Manchester's worse because
United are going to rally against their European opposition this week, and then we'll see what happens then, and then we can pivot.
I don't know what's going to happen in the game. I just think Man United to get embarrassed on in their ground against us after that.
They're in the mud, man.
It's a good point.
I'll say this: United don't have a good track record of responding back to embarrassing defeat. If you remember last season, they were getting embarrassing defeat, and then we went there and spanked them 6-1. If you remember, like this season, they already had a first embarrassing defeat against Liverpool. They usually kind of take time to get their form back. They don't usually like go from a big embarrassing defeat in a big game and then to another big game when they usually lose that game.
Right, but that doesn't work in our favor because it was It was a 4-2 win to Leeds, a 0-0 draw to Watford, a 4-1 loss to United. That means they're on the uptrek by your logic, Marcel.
Oh, no, I think the form book would suggest that both teams are going to lose. But the great thing about a match is that both teams can't lose.
That'd be a first.
Someone has to not lose. So
you know, it'd be really nice. We went to Old Trafford with Conte as our date to the prom and just kind of paraded him around the Old Trafford and just absolutely beat the living shit out of them.
That'd be great. Yeah, a repeat of last season when we beat them.
I agree, Cody. I agree.
Because let's face it, Ragnick has not worked out that well for them.
He's been a disappointment, isn't he?
Yeah.
I told you, he's not a world-class manager.
Like, now there's lots of shit under Ragnick. He's gone to absolute shit under Ragnick.
Listen,
I gotta make sure to say this because I always forget and I never do. 77 people watching the show. Make sure you like the show, subscribe to the show if you haven't already. 78 people watching right now. There should be 78 likes. It's not that hard. Just click it. It's free.
A good point.
Help push the video out to new folks. Or just hit the down like if you don't like it.
Can I add as well? It's okay, people, to put your super chats in. When I say shit about super chats, I'm talking about the channels that do fuck all about Enoch and Levy. Will's not like that. Will is
and the season ticket holders.
You look like a snowman right now.
Still, listen, I love you, man. Like I've grown to like have so much love for you, but that thing you put out today, man, was just absolutely
spot on.
Ludicrous.
Sean,
hey,
Stell's gonna Stell, man. Stell is gonna Stell.
I know.
You gotta embrace it.
I love him for it.
You gotta embrace Stell.
What did Stell say? Stell, what did you say? Hold on. Well, I need context here. What did you say?
Okay, so I'll tell you. I'll say it. Okay, I'll steal man Stell's position. Stell said, "This is what Stell said." He said, "If you're going to moan, right, about Daniel Levy and everyone else, right, and you're not going to do anything about it, right, you might as well just give up your season ticket."
No, that's not what I said.
That's not what you said.
Is it all those people out there?
Oh, they're moaning, but they renew their season ticket every season.
Basically,
what he said was.
Oh no! I want to hear from Stell.
Okay.
Tottenham announced today that they emailed all of us saying we want you to renew your season ticket, and normally the deadline is about a week before the end of the season. They brought it forward and said you've got to pay for next season ticket and renew by the end of April. And we're like, we won't know if we're going to be in the Champions League. We don't know if Conte's still going to be here. How the fuck can you do that, right? And I never said that, but people were moaning on Twitter and so they're going crazy at Enoch and Levy and they're all screaming and shouting. Anyway, so I tweeted. I'll get the tweet.
I want to hear from word for word.
I'll read it out to you because it's on my Twitter.
Please, it's great.
I'll tell you right now. He said, if you're gonna talk the talk, then you better fucking walk the walk.
Walk the walk, basically.
I said there is uproar on social media that Spurs have asked for all season tickets to be renewed and paid for before the end of April. Why the anger? ? Are fans being forced ? Because no one's forcing you to renew. If fans renew, if fans pay up, and if fans accept these terms, then who's really to blame? And then I put 3 options, and it was a vote: Enoch, Levy, or Spurs fans. And 55% said Spurs fans. So even people doing the vote agree. So
the reason why it's hilarious, bro, is because you're basically saying anybody who's Levy out but not as Levy out as you.
What are you saying that?
I never said that. Though.
Come on, mate.
What he said though.
No, we're inferring. We're inferring here. We're not allowed to read between the lines.
You are inferring.
I exactly what I'm doing. I am.
But you said we. You just changed from we to I.
I will.
We in the
retract the we and
individual.
make it the me. Okay, I'm going to flip the W upside down and make it a me. I am inferring.
John's retracting his wee.
I know. Look.
Stell is accusing people.
Sean just pissed himself.
That Stell is saying that people that are Levy out, who are moaning about renewing their.
I never said that. I never said that. I never said if you're Levy out.
All the while,
I never said if you're Levy out.
Your own season ticket.
I never said if you're Levy out.
Listen, in my opinion, look. My interpretation.
I never said if you're Levy out.
Hold on. So you want to hear my interpretation?
If you're moaning and you're complaining and you buy
you
it,
renew.
it's on you.
You renew.
I'm not moaning and complaining about it. because
You
I've
moan and
accepted.
complain about everything all the time. About
But he's
Not
not.
this.
No, he's talking about this. He's being
No, but he's
specific.
talking about-
Right? It's,
okay,
it's a
oh,
little bit of a straw man, Sean. Just a little bit.
No, it's
hold
not.
on,
Oh, come
hold
on. He moans about people that don't
Right, but I mean,
live
you're
in the
adding-
same country and that go to the club once a season and buy a
No, I
t-shirt.
don't.
Oh, yes,
No, I
you do.
don't.
Yes, Stel, come on, bro.
Sorry,
be
say
honest
again,
now.
say again, Sean. Say again. I moan
You
about.
moan about people, individuals who
Yeah.
who live in different countries, who fly over for one game. And
No,
they
I
go
mentioned
to
one
the-
person specifically.
Yeah, but I know we're not going to get into it, but we spoke
Yeah,
about
but
this.
yeah, but don't say people
Yeah, but don't
as
go
in
to.
many.
Are you
say
talking about that guy?
person.
Are you talking about that guy in the protest who bought the shirt?
We got a special
No.
guest, a special
it's a
honored
YouTube
guest.
channel.
You have to be
YouTube
consistent.
channel.
You have to be consistent with your.
I am consistent.
No, you're not.
I
Man.
gotta-
We
I
all
gotta
gotta
bring him
shut
in.
up so we can bring in. our
Got to bring
special
in
guest.
the most,
I love you though, man. I love you.
the
I
most,
love you too.
the most. Half glass full. Tottenham supporter that I've ever met. You got to know him. You love him. Dietrich Kane.
Now we're fucked.
Dietrich Kane.
Sorry,
Look at that frame tracker, mate.
sorry guys, I'm at the gym. There's too much noise. I just want to come in quickly. I just wanted to say, Will, you're a fool. Kane is the best player in the world.
Hey, Dietrich, I got something to say to you too.
Fucking hell. Amazing.
Dietrich, he gets to stay.
All I gotta say, Will,
He gets to stay. He gets to stay. Harry Kane. He gets to stay.
I thought we were singing about Dietrich Kane.
He's one of their own.
Dietrich Kane. He's
One
a-
of our own, Harry Kane. He's one of our own.
Can I say, man, how what a phenomenal striker Tottenham have, man. What an unbelievable striker
Well,
Tottenham
Out of
have.
this world. Different level.
the second
How is
goal
he still
might-
at Tottenham?
And Kane's not bad
How
either.
is he still in, man?
No, how the
Kane's
hell?
not bad, yeah.
No, how the hell did he score the second goal? I don't know how.
The same way he did it against Leeds.
Yeah.
No.
No, wait. No, Will, the Leeds goal was arguably better because it was
Yeah.
with his left
It was
foot
over.
Blind. Yeah.
over his
It was over,
shoulder,
yeah, over
blind
his
shot
shoulder.
with
No,
his
but
left.
the-
Tonight was
but the-
easier. Arguably.
No, they're
but
both the same.
He said it himself. Hold on. He said himself it was easier tonight because he saw the ball coming in the whole time. That's exactly what he said.
Did he? I haven't seen his comments.
Yeah,
I'll
but
say this,
Swanson
I'll
was
say-
left foot. They were both left-footed.
Different class, man.
No,
I'll say this about
tonight was his
Tottenham.
right foot, wasn't it?
We're
second
usually
goal was with
lucky
his
with
left.
strikers.
Ah,
Second goal was his left, but he watched
Was
it
it?
come in.
Okay,
He said
fair
last
enough.
time it was up over his shoulder. It was blind.
Do you know he's better than Lewandowski because Kane? In fact,
Yeah.
people saying, "Oh, Henri's won the Premier League. Henri's done this. Henri's better." I'm like, are you stupid? Henri played in one of the greatest Premier League teams of all time. Harry Kane is breaking these records, playing in one of the
Yeah,
most
Tottenham.
bang average teams in the league, man. Are you crazy? Come on, Kane's
and that's
Kane's
what, and
unbelievable.
that's
then
why
you-
Sonny. That's
Kane's
why Sonny
phenomenal.
is also. That's why also Sonny is world class. He's doing.
Son's good as well. Son's good.
He deserves a trophy, man. He deserves.
know he does.
Him and Son deserves a
I
trophy,
had
man.
a huge.
I just want
No,
one.
guys,
I just want one. That's all I care
Mario,
about.
you got to turn
No,
yourself
guys,
up a
guys.
little bit. It's hard to hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, just give me this, guys. Just give me this one moment. Imagine after Conte, he scored 9 goals. Just give me this respect, all right? Don't ever disrespect the king of the lane, the best player in the world, the sexiest man in the world, the best striker in the world,
Sexiest.
arguably better than Son, the world class, Harry fucking class Kane.
I think.
Just because I want to let Dietrich Kane have his
Man
moment, I'll keep my
smell.
mouth shut.
I smell man smell. Each
I got
I
clapped for that
debate
one.
with some gravy on that. Man
That's
smell.
debate with someone about
Breathe
Lewandowski.
it in.
I agree with yourself in that
man
you know
smell.
Lewandowski is surrounded. First of all, Lewandowski can't pass the way that Harry Kane can pass, let alone do what he does. And he's surrounded. Thomas Mueller. I mean, a couple of years ago it was Rodriguez. He's surrounded by talent, and even with he played with Klopp at Borussia Dortmund, that team was talented. You know, and so. But Lewandowski, I'm not saying he's
And he plays in
an
an easier league. I don't care what you tell me.
yeah. Hey, the
Bundesliga's a
I forgot who I was telling you. The
It's true. Bundesliga is easier. Yeah.
So
like a Timo Werner. He had 45 goals.
It's true.
team up. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So
Kane
shit.
above Lewandowski. I told the other guy that, and he was like, "No, you're crazy." I said, "Look at the team that he's playing on, and compared to what Kane has to do, like it's not even close." You know?
I'll say this. Look. I hate Henry. Fuck him, but he is a baller. I don't know if I can make that comparison yet. I will because I'm a Spurs fan and fuck Arsenal. But I truly believe, in my heart to heart, I truly believe he is better than Aguero, and I truly believe he's better than Lewandowski, and I truly believe he's better than Drogba. I truly believe he's better than these three strikers. Henry, like
Bro,
I'll only
he's better
say
than
that as a
Prime
Spurs fan, but I'll say these three players, Kane is 100% better than them. Aguero could not do the same thing Harry Kane can do. Aguero is maybe as clinical as Kane, right? I think they're both as clinical, but also Aguero played in a better team, you know. And then if you look at Drogba, Drogba is not even close, in my opinion. I think Harry Kane is a 10 times better striker.
You got to look at Henry did Barcelona. You got to look what he did at France. As much as I like Kane, that's a tough
Are we selfish to expect or to want Harry Kane to hang around?
I love Harry Kane.
I've wanted Harry Kane to go for years because I feel sorry for the guy.
No,
because
me too.
Marcelo, wait. If Spurs
aren't going to build a team around him,
if Spurs actually build a team worthy, a squad worthy of winning trophies, and they back the manager and they buy the managers, all the things we talk about, I want Kane to stay. Absolutely,
it's going to happen this summer.
Every year that I've seen, I'm only talking up to now. Like the summer, we're gonna, we'll see. But up to now, we haven't done that.
Yeah,
and that's why I wanted him to go because I just feel sorry for the guy. He gives. You know what? No matter what happens,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm Tottenham first. Like
so
I
Marcelo,
love Kane.
We let Berbatov go. We let Modric go. We let Gareth Bale go. We let Michael Carrick go. All of the worldies that have developed at Tottenham, we let them go.
But
we
listen.
Let Kane go. Maybe.
Listen,
I'm just on that one.
I know. Listen, if he said like, okay, obviously in the beginning of the season when he wanted to go, I was with Bo. Let him go. I wasn't one of those people that are like, oh no, we need to keep him. I was like, look, let him go. If he wants to go, let him go. I don't want anybody that doesn't want to be at the club, right? That's something I always remain consistent. But as long as he's at the club and he's playing well and he's willing to play with desire and passion, I want to keep him. I want him. I don't care. I don't care what he could do at other clubs. I am Tottenham, and I only care about what's good for Tottenham. And Harry Kane is good for Tottenham. So yes, it is selfish. It is selfish because he easily will win trophies at another club, right? But I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Please, King, go to City. Please go to City. I'm tired of Tottenham. Please go to City.
Then you're Harry Kane
only if Conte's not backed. Only if Conte's not backed.
Exactly.
No, man.
Exactly.
No.
Levy for me, of all of you guys, people would think of me as the most or the least Levy out, the most Levy in, whatever. I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it again. He has one last summer, and if he doesn't throw whatever Conte wants in whatever format he wants it, if he doesn't, then I will be with Stel. I will never give up my season.
Good deal. We'll look forward to you joining the team in September.
I'll see you then.
See you then.
To the dark side.
I'll keep a space warm for you. I'll get you a parking spot.
I need to go back workouts. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I gotta work out soon.
Sean, nice to meet you for the first time, brother.
You too, D-Trex.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate
Take care, everyone. Harry Kane, I love you. Bye.
Where's D-Trex from in the world?
Thank you, Goguma, for the 5,000 super sticker.
He's in I think is he in Toronto? D-Trex?
No, he's in Montreal.
Montreal.
Montreal. Annyeonghaseyo.
I think his family's Moroccan. I think
Moroccan, is it? Okay. Yeah.
Originally, yeah.
I think there's I do agree though with Sean though. This summer it's his
Last
last chance.
chance
It's Levy's last chance to really
last
go.
orders at the bar. Ding ding fucking ding.
I think it's his last chance to make a case to build. I'm not saying win the league, but to build a Premier League winning team. I think
I want 150 million. If that's what Conte
he-
says, he needs 5 players and it's 150 million. If Levy doesn't fucking find the ponies, then I'm out. I am with you guys. I'm going to come and buy Stella beer outside the coffee shop outside Hotspur way. Just one, Stella, not too many, because when you're on caffeine, you're probably crazy.
Can you send me a copy of this video after the show, please?
I think
I'll be there. I will be there.
Clip it on YouTube now.
I've said it on I said it on lots of channels. This is last chance saloon for Levy. Last chance saloon for my respect for him.
Let me ask you something, right? All of you. Let's say Conte does get back this
무슨
summer.
친구예요?
But
제가
let's
할 수
say
있어.
sorry, Will.
What are you saying, Will?
Let's say we need 10 players. Let's say we need 10 players. Conte says, look, I need a massive rebuild here, right? Okay. I know. Here where I'm going with this. But let's say we bring in 6 and they're all top. They're all top. This one's for still get.
That's what I was going to say.
Right, but that isn't enough to get us to where we want.
But it's convincing.
Does that mean he's been backed, or do we have to wait until the next window as well to get the other 4 to then say, right, now he's truly been backed? Look, doing it for one window, I don't think it's enough.
No, I agree. I think it's in terms of objectives, right? Next season, people expecting that we're going to spend this big money and win the title, it's illusion, right? I think next season, what is important is like you said, Stel, get 4-6 solid solid signings. You know,
in what position?
No idea.
Stel, Marcelo, are we talking a worldy left centre back?
Whatever Conte wants. Whatever Conte wants.
But what do you think? What do you think they are?
Like for example, if he want, read this out first.
Yes.
Will.
You got to say it in an Irish accent. You got to say it in an Irish accent.
Get them super chats in. Get them super chats in.
Get them super chats in. I can't say that.
That was the most stereotypical Irish accent ever heard. Top of the morning to you.
Super chatting at the end of the rainbow. Pot of gold.
Come on, get
my lucky charms.
Get your super chats in. Come on, send us one.
If you can get 5 players, in the key areas that Conte wants, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to win the league next year.
No, we can't. Stop.
Mari, what are the 5? What are the 5? Right? Is it left centre back, right wing back, a centre midfield, a backup striker, and what's the 5th? A left wing back.
We need 4 wing backs.
I know it's a tall order, but
you think?
But when we won the first 3 games this year, I was like, crap! I want to win the league. You know, every year I will go into, even if we finish 16th the year previous, I'm thinking, okay, we can win the league.
Stop it.
No,
it happened. No, wait. Well, go back to our third win. Go back to our third win. Watch the show, that post-match show from our third win. There's a lot of people on the show. We're winning the league.
It's a calendar. It's a calendar. When the season starts, if we don't lose the first game, everybody, it's natural.
Not everybody.
Even if it's unrealistic, you're thinking, okay, yeah, we're gonna win the league, and you want to, and then reality hits. I like to say between game 5 and 6, reality hit. We're not gonna win. So reality hits usually 5 and 6. But if you tell me we get 5 players, and we have Kane and Song on the team, and we get 5 players that Conte wants, that we couldn't challenge for the league. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, well, we're not gonna challenge. No, I want to challenge.
So but the thing is, I think that's where it becomes scary, right? Because we did the same thing with Mourinho, and I even posted a Twitter that I apologize because I set the bar too high for Mourinho. When we got those 7 signings, I thought these are class signings. We should be challenging. You know, we should easily get top 4, and we should be challenging for the league, right? We weren't. You know, everybody's expectation went high. He didn't live up to the hype, you know, and then
okay. But Marcelo, let me
got sacked.
Marcelo, is Bentancur a starter in the good enough 11?
I'll post the link in the description.
Yes.
Is Kulusevski a good enough player to start in the future 11 that's a challenging 11?
No.
Don't know yet.
Not yet.
Harry Kane is, right?
No, I would say
Sonny
Bentancur,
is?
Bentancur maybe, right? I think Bentancur can challenge for that number 1 spot, but I still think we need another midfielder to kind of like
So
challenge.
Højbjerg's not. Højbjerg's not an ideal. Højbjerg should be
Yeah,
relegated
but Sean,
to.
Sean, this is the
squad player.
this,
I think
this is-
Højbjerg's more of a
squad
squad player.
this is the
yeah.
this is the problem, right?
Is Skippy a good enough player to start?
No.
I think he's a rotate like I think Højbjerg, right, and Skip are great players to have in a game against Middlesbrough. Like in a game against Middlesbrough, I think they're great backups to have and a great players to have for rotations. Like
So they're not first
Skip's
choice
got a
11.
higher
Yeah,
next
squad
season.
squad players. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Skip's
I
got
would
a
Skippy's
higher
not.
ceiling.
Højbjerg's not.
He's not the finished
Bentancur
product.
maybe. Yeah,
Sean,
Skip is
Sean,
not
this is
the
Starter, 'cause
Skip
he
is
started
not the
with
finished
Juventus.
product.
yeah.
Get real, people. Skip is not finished learning his
he's
craft.
still a kid, man. He's still
So
a kid.
who?
But
Okay,
still
that's,
a kid.
I'm with you. So which of the current crop are?
I'll say maybe Bentancur.
What about and Romero?
Bentancur's son came Romero. That's it.
Yeah,
And
that's about
Lloris.
it. And Hugo, yeah.
But Lloris needs to be replaced, right? So one more season from Lloris, but we need to get someone in to take.
Sean, this is the problem. This is what happened to Pochettino. Pochettino had 11 really good starting players.
Yeah.
As soon as there's an injury, a suspension, or we've got to rotate
fucked.
because we've got midweek games, Europa games, Carabao Cup, FA, all this stuff,
We're fucked.
we fall apart.
No,
This is
I
what
get
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We need 12 players.
Yeah, but
We need
we
12
can't.
new
We
players.
Yeah,
can't. We
I
can't
agree.
look at Manchester City.
It's not going to happen in the summer. No way.
In reality, we can't like go. We need a Man City where they've got 28 players, all who would get into.
No,
any
no,
of the
but-
Premiership. So
But I didn't.
of the crop we've got, have we got 5 players? Lloris, Romero, Kane, Skip. Kane, Sonny, and Bentancur. Is that the 5 that we build a team around? And so therefore we need at least 6.
I would say so. Yeah.
At least 6
That's what I said. 6
team
players, yeah.
improvements,
Yeah,
and then on
yeah.
top of that, you need a couple of more squad players.
Yeah, but hold on. But for one season, if the first 11 is fit and we get an injury, there's nothing wrong with Skip and Højbjerg coming on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with that.
yeah,
yeah, exactly. That's
So
what I
you,
was saying.
so you
Yeah.
relegate those
If
guys.
we buy a left sided centre back and another centre back to replace Dyer, and then we get an injury, there's nothing wrong with Dyer coming on
Dyer
for a
come
month.
back. Yeah.
This,
Yeah,
this,
or
that's the whole
Davies.
point of having a squad, right?
Yeah.
Or
So
Davies,
you relegate. So you
Yeah.
relegate the 6 that we have currently to squad level, and then some of the people that are squad level at the moment get pushed out of the club. So we need 6 signings in the summer. Is that what we all
I'll say
agreed there?
6. Yeah. Yeah, I'll say 6.
5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
6. No, but 6 solid signings.
So what? So what
Not
does that
6
cost?
signings.
That's 40.
6
What? 40
solid.
million? 40 million a pop?
it depends
Well,
because
well,
look at
it
Bentancur. How much was
depends.
Bentancur? How much was Bentancur?
Yeah.
20, 25. We'll
See,
probably
it
pay for
depends
it.
on the business.
I
Yeah.
think, for example, De Vrij, right? His contract is running out. He's available for 25 million.
He's quality, man.
Right.
He's
Just
quality.
pay that 25 million.
So good.
Just get him in,
So good.
right? You get a quality center
yeah.
back.
Okay.
There's that lad. I think what was it? And
Jed
Union.
Spencer, Middlesbrough looks amazing.
He's 17 million. Jed
Yeah.
Spence.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah,
awesome. He
Jed
looks so
Spence.
good. He's
But
also
we're gonna
really
have to-
tall. He's
we're
so
gonna
tall
have-
as well.
We're going to have to spend big money though on a
Well, you know,
striker.
we have
There's no cheap striker out there. We're going to need to spend
Tanguy
big
is
money
gonna
on a
be-
striker.
Like,
Tanguy is gonna be hard to sell. It'd be hard to get rid of. We got to
But before-
pray and hope that.
Oh, that's a conversation, Murray. Are those guys going to come back? Low sales.
Yeah.
Are they going to?
I
Are
think
they going to
we'll
get
start-
rejected
I hope
by their clubs?
I don't think
Better
they
not.
are.
Tanguy.
See, if they do, we're fucked again. We're fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tanguy is gonna be hard. They were talking about it. I think when we had Tottenham, Tanguy is gonna be really hard to get rid of because of if
How's he
Leon-
doing at Lyon? Do you know?
I would rather cancel their contract.
I'd rather.
No, you
cancel
can't
the
do that.
contract as
That's
well.
a right. You're writing off
They
16
can.
million.
Levy's not good. Actually, no.
Okay.
You know, the Tanguy deal.
Ever going to happen?
You know,
I don't think
Ndombele.
Levy-
Apparently,
I
we
agree
haven't.
with Sean.
Apparently, Ndombele, we haven't paid the full amount. Apparently, we
Yeah.
still owe 35
Because there's
million. or something.
bonuses.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
we could do,
if Lyon,
what we
if
could do
Lyon-
is say
if-
keep the player
Well,
and don't worry about the 35 million we owe you.
That's what the deal is essentially.
Then we have to do that.
In
We
the
have to do
last
that.
in the last report, in the last financial report that Tottenham released, we still had £55 million worth of. Sorry, do you want to talk about something else?
I didn't put that up there. That's a Cody Mack thing.
Cody, do you want? Oh, well, I'll just finish the statement quickly. In the financial results, we still have 58 million quid of short-term liabilities on player sales that we owe before June. and that is in no small part because of this doesn't include any of the signings we made this season. So it's basically factored into Ndombele and I think Lo Celso costs. And so essentially, if when the deal was struck with Leon, that if he performs, then we can get certain amounts of money back. It's not getting money back; it's just writing off money owed. We still owe 30 million on Ndombele.
I will say this. I'll say this. I think next season, I don't care what happens, you can't have Ndombele back. You have to figure out a way. Right, like I'm tired of this. Like, oh, we can't do this because of this. It's like, I'm sorry, but these people are in charge to make the right decisions, and every time we have the same conversation. Oh, we can't do this because of this mistake. It's enough is enough. Like they have to just, pay up for their problems, for their mistakes, take it on the chin, and invest. And make the right decisions for the future, right? If we get 5 or 6 players of quality, I guarantee you we convince Kane to stay, we convince Conte to stay, and Conte will resign another year, right? And then the next summer is a summer where we build to go for the Premiership. Because you got to remember, Pep is also going to be gone by then. So I think after Pep is gone, the Premiership is wide open. It really is.
But is he gone? They're saying you might.
I gotta interrupt.
No,
Hold on. I gotta interrupt. It's because this is important. It's we're about an hour and 30 minutes into the show. It's the time of the show that I planned to tell people about our friend Bob. Our friend Bob is running. He's been in the hospital for the last 3 or 4 months. And he's running a GoFundMe because obviously he hasn't been working because he's in the hospital. Things are getting very tight. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the link to his GoFundMe. You can also find it on my Twitter. If you can help out, please do. Even $1. I guess £1 is the least you can donate. But even if just £1, if you can afford it, would be of great help because Bob's always there for all of us, so when we can be there for him, it's a good thing to do.
This guy's been in hospital for 3 months, so if you think about your own life and what would happen to you if you were completely stripped of your ability to earn money, provide for your family, take care of your bills, your rent, your electricity, all the bills. We're not talking about like just sitting in a hospital. We're talking about an absolutely incapacitated, comatose. You can't cancel your Netflix. You can't cancel your YouTube subscriptions. You can't do any of that shit. So if you know Bob and you have a little bit to spare, it really doesn't matter how much. Just go click on the link, give what you can. You're helping him out. It's somebody that you know, that you appreciate. It's the smallest gesture can go the longest way, and he is one of a kind. We all know that.
Yep,
honestly, I wouldn't even be speaking on YouTube if it wasn't for Bob. He was one of the first channels. I think one of the first shows that he did on his channel. He had me on there, a Canadian, just to shoot the breeze about Tottenham, and I just appreciate that guy so much. So
I'm gonna
click
the
link.
I'm gonna have to blame him for that.
Doing it right now.
Can't take it back now. Genie's out of the bottle.
But yeah, just the GoFundMe is there for everybody to do that. The link is also on my Twitter. I'll throw it in. I'm going to be throwing it into the chat a couple times over tonight's stream. I got 85 people watching right now, 86. So if you could do that.
You got 86 people watching right now, have you?
Yep. 86 folks.
Look at you, popular bastard.
I guess. It's. Yeah. But anyway, I do have a topic. I do have a topic though.
He blushed.
Well,
I don't know if I'm blushing. But...
Will, can I just add one thing to this whole Conte being backed, right? I'm the biggest Levy out, Enoch out. But from a club perspective now, let's say we go and spend £200 million this summer and we buy 6 top players and we all get really excited, like, whoa, this is actually happening. I think it's a big problem for the club to do that. if they know the manager they're going to buy all these players for, his contract ends in a year. Because if it doesn't work after 3-4 months, we're fucked. Because that manager,
the club could extend his contract for another year.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I think at the same time that the club, if the club makes a big spend, I think there has to be a contract extension to secure the services of the person whom they're buying the players for.
I thought he signed a contract for 18 months plus a 1-year extension, right? So meaning it's the club's option for a year.
Plus, I think
That's what it was.
Okay, if that's the case,
option.
okay, then
Yeah.
extension.
Like I said, still, if we give him 5 to 6 top players that he wants, I'm telling you, I don't see him walking. I don't, because he is going to be convinced that he has a good enough team to challenge, and that's what he wants to see. He's not a dumb person, right? There's no way he could have expected that this team can be solved in just one summer, right? It's more to just keep the people in check. Like, hey, if you give me a shit summer, I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna go. But if you give me a good summer, I'm gonna stay, and then I'm gonna renew the contract. And if the next summer is good,
Yeah. No, I agree.
We got to show ambition. We got to show ambition, and we got to show him that we are doing stuff in the market, so he hangs around. If we ain't doing it in the market for him, what's the point of having him?
No, you're right. But the club also has to secure that he's going to be here as well. Otherwise, it's not insubordinate, but we're going to make the same mistake that happened with Mourinho, where we spent all that money on Mourinho, but then we fired him. The reverse could happen now. We spend all this money, but then he walks. So there has to be something where we guarantee, listen, here's your money, here's the players you want. You're staying for 2 years, man. Otherwise, we're risking spending all this money. You walk, then the next manager comes in and says, well, I don't want those players because they don't play my system. And then we've just fucked it again. Do you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I hear you. Jay Go here is coming over from Henry Wright show last. I keep calling Harry for some reason. I got Harry Kane on the brain.
Harry Kane show.
Job well done yesterday. Yes, Sonny is world class. I agree, and thank you for the $10. Appreciate it. Welcome to the channel, man.
I know last week, people, because you gotta understand, Conte got what he wanted by his press conferences. He knows how to work. You just gotta get used to it. I understand sometimes it can be frustrating because people as recent as today. I mean, I love it because I like people to be frank and real. Like, be you. I mean, I get that you have to show composure, but he also knows what he's doing in the sense of it's worked for him before to get the board to back him by putting that pressure. We'll find out how great that works out, because I think Danny Levy is the type of guy that's just like, you're not going to pressure me, but maybe, like I said, grab him, he has to give in. But I think it's all tactics. Like, Conte knows what he's doing, and I just think people just have to kind of have a thick skin and just kind of, because even as today, people are still moaning before the game, why he has to say this, why he has to say that. It's Conte. It's him. There's a method to his madness. And so, it is what it is, and we're gonna see that the next 12 games as we get closer to the transfer window, he's going to say things that it's gonna upset people, but he knows what he's doing.
I wish he was on Twitter. If Conte was on Twitter, I'd love him. I'd follow him every day.
In my opinion, I think instead of getting mad, I personally I back what he says. I really truly do. When he says these things where, like, oh, we're not a team to compete. Oh, look at the quality of the squad. People are like, oh, he's being negative. Oh, there was only one time I got pissed off, and it was the Burnley game. I thought, Like when you talk about leaving. No, but I just don't like when he talks about like leaving and stuff like that. Like, but when he was talking about the squad and how it's not good, how it's not on the level, I'm like, yeah, you're saying everything I want to hear. And if you're getting mad as a Spurs fan, then you're just delusional. I'm sorry, you're delusional. You're not watching the same games I'm watching. Stella's watching. Sean, like you're not. Sean is watching. You know, Will, you're not watching the same game.
I thought we weren't watching the same games, but
only with Winks. Only with Winks.
Will doesn't watch the games. He's looking at his stat tracker.
I watched him twice. The Kane tracker is sexy. Big up Dan THFC watching over there on Twitch. If you are a Twitcher, go ahead and follow us over there as well. Also, do like the stream. There's 85 people watching. There's like 44 likes. I don't know. It's not that hard to drop the live chat, hit the like button. Please do that. It does help the channel. It
Don't beg. All right.
I gotta go to
like the video, please.
Don't
Please
beg, bro. You're better than that.
Please
bro.
like the video.
I only beg for subscribers. I don't beg for likes. I don't beg for
likes. The likes is the easy one, man.
It would help if either one of you were actually likable.
That's a good point.
All right. I gotta go, guys.
Later, Marcelo. Thank you very much, my friend. Any final words? Follow Marcelo at 10gangsta. What? Underscore something.
25. To Gangsta 25.
25.
I just want to say thank you, Will. Disagree with your player rating. We've had a whole discussion. I loved it. I don't know. Like, honestly, great win for the Spurs. I love you guys. And smash that like and subscribe button if you have not. Don't be a wuss. Don't be an Arsenal fan and just, hit it, smash it. Do it like Sonny does. Do it like Harry Kane does. And be one of the Spurs Army. Be one of the rants. Come join us. Share this video and show the love. Because Tottenham, we had a great win. No, I'm not going to say we're back. Every time we say we're back, every time I say we're back, we lose. So I'm just going to say we had a great win today, and I loved it. Come on, you Spurs. Love you guys. Bye.
I'm telling you, bros.
All right.
So I was going to say, I think there's a lot of pressure in this upcoming transfer window. There's a hell of a lot of pressure on Paratici. There's got to be. Paratici's got to, bear a lot of a weight on finding these players that we really need. We all can say we need 6 players, but Paratici's got to go out and his scouting army's got to go out there and find the 6 people.
Should be doing it now. Now.
He should, yep.
They should be ready to go. By the beginning of June.
But it's a bit...
Agents, negotiators, banks should all be ready lined up.
It is a bit early for us really to be discussing the transfer window. But so I have one question for everybody on the panel. And we'll start with Barry from Shelfside Spurs because he's been a little bit.
I haven't heard Barry's voice once.
You gotta. You're muted, Barry. You're muted.
Barry, you're muted.
You're muted, Barry. Barry, you're muted.
Barry, you're muted.
It's all going
What was that?
I said, Sean, you ignored me today, and I don't give a shit what you say tonight. So,
mate, it was my birthday. I was with my dad. It was my birthday drinks, my birthday dinner. I've had 2 bottles of red wine.
Happy birthday, man! You didn't say anything.
Yeah, happy birthday.
No, I mean my birthday's not for another 10 days. But I don't see my dad very often, so when he took me out, but that's the reason I didn't come up and see you.
For 10 days.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate it, Shane. Yeah, I wasn't ignoring you guys. I just didn't get a chance to come down to the South Stand bar. That's all. But I also didn't see your message, Barry, until after I left the ground. So listen, mate. Regardless of any of that, you've literally been in my eye line for the last hour and a half, and I haven't heard your voice once. You're very patient.
Well, I'm very polite, mate. Let's just say I'm very polite. So go ahead, Will. You had a question.
Yeah. So the question is. So I thought for the majority of the people today, the performance was good. There wasn't anyone that I necessarily had a beef with.
No questions so far. No questions so far.
Except
Sessignon.
Make with the question, Will. Make with the question. Barry's
Stephen
been waiting
Bergvine.
for 2 hours.
Stephen Bergvine. So Stephen Bergvine to me seemed just like nothing connected for him.
Still haven't had a question.
Do you think?
Here we go.
Do you think that he is capable of being a regular starter at Tottenham Hotspur? Yes or no?
Terrible question.
No. Terrible question.
That's a great question.
No, it's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Absolutely not. I don't think he's there to, he's going to be a regular starter. I don't think he had that chance that he came through.
Oh my God! Talk forever.
Stop, Ringo.
Jesus Christ! Fucking motor mouth Barry.
Oh my God, Barry, get to the point.
Yeah, just
So no, the answer to the question is no. There you go. Simple.
No, you can elaborate. Don't listen to these guys.
You guys are harsh, man. I tell you.
Cody, I thought you were okay, mate, but I think you're just as worse. You're just as bad as Sean. Fuck.
You were horribly mistaken. Horribly mistaken.
I know.
Cody's an assassin, man.
Continue. Don't let me derail your thought process.
Yeah.
Don't let me derail you. Apart from you've derailed me, so I don't know. No, look, no is the answer. Move on. It'll be easier that way.
All right, Cody.
Look at the comments. Hashtag free Barry.
That's right. Free Barry. Cody, will Steven Bergwijn ever be a starter for Tottenham Hotspur?
I don't know. Maybe like 1 in 7 chance of that ever happening. He's just
why is that, Cody? Please develop your argument and take as long as you need.
Well, I don't know. He's never seen.
Take your time and hurry up.
Can we make Cody center screen with so the whole screen's Cody. The whole screen.
Yeah, we can do that.
You know what? I think it would help if I muted myself. Right? That's the Barry way of doing things, right? So if I just
there we go.
This is fantastic.
In conclusion, no. No, I don't. Bergwijn, he's not good enough. I mean, he's never settled here. He's had injury problems. I don't think the fan base has found a connection with him. I don't think that necessarily, like, it's not impossible that he'll succeed at Spurs, but it's just he's down the pecking order. If we're going to be under a Conte system where we're playing 2 up top, he's always going to be playing third fiddle. And if we're honest, we should have someone better than Bergwijn playing third fiddle. So I think he probably gets sold in the summer, if I'm being honest, and it would be the best thing for both the club and the player.
I think so too, but Mari's next up in the line. Thank you very much, Mr. Mari.
All right, hold up. Hello, Ajax? No. Levy says an extra 2 million. Okay, 22 million. So, all right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, nice, Mari.
That was good, though.
Nice. That was good, yeah.
Shane, are you there, my friend?
Yeah, I'm here.
Steven Bergwijn, does he ever become a starter for Tottenham Hotspur?
Hell no.
Hell no.
What did he do? As I said earlier, what did he do today? He come on, replaced Son, which I thought Son was having a pretty good game. Yeah, he missed two open chances, but he come on and run around and was a bit anonymous. So I don't think he's good enough. He'll never be good enough in my books.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't necessarily that he didn't do anything. It was that he kind of bumbled the opportunities that he had. Coach Stout.
I just need a drink. 1 minute.
Nice plug. Nice.
You get that plug in.
As I said, take your time and hurry up about it.
Just another drink. Sorry.
This is fun. It's 3:00 in the fucking morning. This is
No,
really good
the answer's
fun.
no.
No, it's very good. And then we got from Spurs Talk Show, Sean. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Mr. Stevie B?
No, I think he'll go on and be a very big player, a good player for a lower level team, but not a Tottenham.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I mean, for me, because today's match was a little bit. The order got all shifted around. Cody got mad. He said, "Put himself in his
I'm
number
top
2
level.
spot."
Don't put me down the bottom. Don't put me down the bottom. Can we shift people around a little bit? I've been down the bottom all night.
Here, I'll put you in my spot.
Well, do you know the problem?
There you go, Sean. You're right where you belong.
Well, do you know the problem with Bergwijn is you got to look at why we bought him. We bought him in the January transfer window when we had Mourinho, and it's when Harry Kane or Son got injured, so we needed a striker. We went and bought Bergwijn and Gedson Fernandes. So we bought a player we never ever needed. It was just a crazy signing. It just made no sense. And then every manager that's then come has tried to fit him into his or her system. I just don't think Bergwijn fits in this system. And every time he plays for us, it's like he never gets a run of games. He never gets to play like like Doherty now. He's getting a few runs of games.
Yeah.
When's who's he going to get ahead of? He's not going to get ahead of Kane. He's not going to get ahead of Son, and he's not going to get ahead of Kulu.
Exactly. So
or Mora.
So if he's not going to get a run of games, we can't expect him to come off the bench and do what he did against Leicester every single time. That's not going to happen. He came off the bench against Middlesbrough. Look what happened. Nothing.
Yeah, so, but Gina, go ahead and write whatever you wanted to say in the chat, and I'll read it out. Thank you very much for the
I think he's just.
Kamsahamni.
I think he's come to we're the wrong system and the wrong club for what Bergwijn is about. I think he's an out and out winner. He needs to be at a club that plays like a 4-4-2 or a 4-5-1 or a 3-5-2. He's just not that club.
Gina Game says, "Big up, guys. It was a great game." She also says hello. If you have any other comments too, throw them in there and I'll read it out for you. Because Koreans get special treatment because I'm chasing that Korean clout. But for me on the Stevie B thing, like today, he's just not consistent enough. And he never has been. He's kind of flash in the plan player. Even if you're gonna have, like, for me, I thought Vinicius was more consistent as a backup striker than what Stevie B's been.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious. Like, because again, you're
gonna reel off stats now about his...
Wait, Sean. As a striker, yes,
because Stevie B's playing.
Because Vinicius is a striker. Stevie B's not a striker.
Vinicius was a goal poacher. He would just hang around the box. He was terrible in the air. He was terrible with hold-up play. He was terrible with his first touch.
He was not terrible in the air.
No,
yes, he was. Every goal that he scored...
He barely played for us.
I don't think we gave him much of a chance.
When he played, every goal that he scored with a Tommy tap-in. And when he did play and the ball was put up to him, he was out of his depth. Vinicius maybe could have gone on and done something good, but in the time he was at Tottenham, whenever he was required to do more than tap a ball in the back of the net, he was woefully inept.
Sean, he played 2 Premier League games.
Yeah, but he played in lots of...
Even when Kane got injured, he still never started as striker.
Yeah, he didn't play. Jose didn't play him.
I'm just saying, but what in the minutes we saw him, I'm just saying it as I saw it.
He scored
the stats might say... Yeah, but they against who?
10 games. 11 games.
In what format? Against who?
Against shit teams. But that's the only time we played.
Against the shit teams that we actually got ousted in the competition against. Like we could have. I would have loved to have Carlos Vinicius to play Europa Conference League games. We might be seeing a much improved version of Harry Kane right now if we didn't have to start him in every fucking game. We've had to start Harry Kane in every game since Wolves away. Every game in every competition.
We should never have got rid of him and Gareth Bale. I'll grant you that. Keep one of them. But every goal or the vast majority of the goals that he scored were Tommy tap-ins.
You should have kept Bale. Bale works in this system.
Yeah,
in this system, Bale works.
he was not some like
Have you
weapon that we
noticed
let
that
go
a
of.
lot of the goals that we get under Conte end up being Tommy tap-ins, though?
Yeah, I agree. Llorente probably was our best backup striker in years.
Yeah. Cody, you're wrong on this one. Vinicius was not a value-adding asset. He wasn't.
He had a value.
I'm not saying we should have purchased him, but if he was going to end up on a 2-year loan at PSV Eindhoven, listen,
Why not extend the loan for another year, like negotiate that or something?
he's doing well enough in the Dutch league that he
we
would
never used him
easily
anyway.
easily
we wouldn't be
be
using him
second
now.
in the pecking order behind Harry Kane right
We would
now.
never have used him. He would never have started a Premier League game this season.
You say that.
Well,
but
that's
we
only
started-
because Harry Kane has maintained his health, though.
We played
Never.
Bergwijn.
So what if
we played
we
Cesc,
wouldn't have started him in the Premier League? We've relied on Dane Scarlett in the Europa
wouldn't have-
Conference League.
Yeah,
we're
but the
out of that.
conference-
We're out of the
Yeah.
competition. We could have started Carlos Vinicius against the likes of Middlesbrough.
How much do you think Vinicius was getting paid a week?
Not a lot.
How much do you think he was?
70,
40?
50, 70.
How much do you think Scarlett's getting paid?
70,000.
At 10k. Yeah, but
Vinicius
Vinicius
wages
can't
actually
play.
to a quality
scored
player.
goals and impacted.
Vinicius
Vinicius
did
is
fuck-
way
Vinicius
better than
did-
Dane Scarlett.
Well,
Sorry.
Vinicius did fuck all. Come on, guys. Come on.
Scored like 10 goals.
Do you know what's interesting?
Yeah, this is where
Irish-
this is where the stats thing unravels. Watch those 10 goals. Get the highlights up. If you can do it, go get the
Sean,
go get the
Sean,
highlights
pull
up.
them up on the
Dane
box.
Scarlett,
Go
Dane-
get them up.
Sean,
Show,
1 minute.
Show me one classy goal that he created
All
for
right,
himself.
I'll pull it up.
Dane Scarlett has
Against
scored
any
no
kind
goals.
of high level
Dane
opposition.
Scarlett has no goals and no assists.
No, Dane
no goals and
Scarlett's
no
awful.
assists.
Dane Scarlett's useless as well. I'm not
He's not
denying that.
useless. He's just a kid. The
But
point is,
Bergwijn's better than Vinicius.
no, but you just made the comparison of how much we're paying Vinicius, how much we're paying Scarlett. Who cares?
No.
The point is,
No.
Vinicius is better than Scarlett.
That was a part of the conversation. That wasn't the basis of my argument.
But the thing
But
is,
what's the
not
point of
only
that
have we
argument?
ruined
What's the point?
Harry Kane's season by not
Would you
having
rather
a
have
capable
Bergwijn?
backup, but
would you rather
also
have Bergwijn?
we've ruined Dane Scarlett's development as well by not having why in any scenario, why does Tottenham Hotspur have a 17-year-old playing as a backup striker?
I agree with that. But would you rather have Bergwijn as your backup striker, or would you rather have Vinicius?
Vinicius!
So Vinicius would have
Vinicius.
scored those 2 goals against Leicester.
No, but dude, it doesn't
Vinicius,
work like that.
hold
knows?
up. Would Vinicius
knows?
have
That's
got us
his
through?
side.
Because Vinicius got us through the West Ham Carabao Cup game. Bergwijn got us through the Carabao Cup game against West Ham as well. What did Vinicius ever get us through? Fuck all. Anybody that's making the argument that Vinicius was some kind of value accreting asset that we had? I'm sorry.
The argument
struggling
isn't
to convince
the argument isn't can Vinicius do what Bergwijn has done for us? The argument is, as a striker, does Vinicius offer us more than Bergwijn? And the answer is yes, because Vinicius is a striker. He was top scorer in Portugal, the same league that Ronaldo came from, the same league that Bruno Fernandes came from.
When was Vinicius used in the Premier League?
We didn't play him. Mourinho never played him.
He played Aston Villa 2-0 or 2-0 win against
The
Aston
same
Villa
reason
March
he didn't
21st,
play Wales for
2021
4
was his only appearance in the.
You actually think Vinicius offered anything?
Dude, Mourinho, when it came to team selection, was fucking proper shithousery. How do you justify as a manager when your striker's injured, Kane, and you still don't play the backup striker that was bought for you in the summer?
Because he doesn't impress you in training.
Dude, but he's a striker. You're not playing a striker in a striker role, and then we're not scoring goals. And you're wondering why? Because the striker's on the bench.
Because he didn't
It
impress.
doesn't make sense.
Vinicius,
Sean,
at Spurs.
Sean,
Okay?
Sean, it's
10
like,
starts. 10 starts, 10 goals, 3 assists.
Did those goals come in the start?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Don't just say that. Look
What do you mean?
Did
Who
those
cares?
goals they scored-
Who cares?
Come on.
If you're a striker, you come off the bench and you score.
He has 13 goal contributions in
Against
1,000 minutes.
Against who?
What does it matter? What does it matter who it's
Of course
against?
it matters.
Aston
Well,
Villa.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because
Well, then why
in
don't we-
his
then why don't we get
absence,
Dane Scarlett's
in his
youth team up?
absence, Sean,
Come
we've
on.
had to play Harry Kane every fucking minute of every game.
I don't think he was good enough. I'm not suggesting that we should.
Good enough for what?
I'm not. Hang on, let me speak. I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't have got someone better. I'm not suggesting that Dane Scarlett was an adequate replacement. I'm not suggesting that Bergwijn should be played as a striker. I'm just saying that Vinicius is not someone that I had any faith in. And anybody who watched those games who thinks that he offered anything apart from Tommy Tappins, get the highlight reel up.
No, but compared to Bergwijn as a striker, Vinicius.
But the argument is, should we have re-signed Vinicius? And my answer is no.
On loan, yes.
My answer is we should have signed
as
somebody
opposed
else.
to Dane Scarlett. Yes, we should have brought Vinicius. Yes.
Yeah, but now you're fine tuning the rules of the debate. Should we have re-signed him? In my opinion, it's no. And the reason why is because we should have signed
I never argued we should re-signed him.
Sean. Then in that case, no, we shouldn't have kept Vinicius. We should have got Vlahovic, but we didn't. So if we're not going to get Vlahovic, get Vinicius. Because what's the alternative? What? There's no alternative.
Anybody else?
Where's Dane Scarlett? That is the alternative.
No, that Dane Scarlett's not the alternative. He's 17.
No, he is. He actually is the alternative striker at Tottenham Hotspur.
Bergwijn is the alternative striker.
He's not a striker. He's not a striker.
You're saying he's not, but
He's right.
Sean Boom is a left winger. He's a winger. A right winger. Sorry.
Tottenham are saying he is.
No, they never.
No, listen, I agree with you still. He's not a striker, but I'm saying the reason, like Tottenham Conte has said he's a striker.
No, he said I'm going to try and play him as a striker,
regardless of what.
Because he hasn't got a backup striker. If we had a backup striker, would he be saying that?
Are you hearing my point? I'm saying that.
If we had a second striker, a proper striker, would he be saying that? No, Conte would not.
Is Vinicius good enough to be a second striker?
Ahead of Bergwijn, yes.
Is he good enough?
Ahead of
anybody else that we could have signed?
No, because we didn't try and sign anyone.
Right.
But what does it matter? Like, we could have signed anybody. Why?
So
what kind of parameters
we are both arguing semantic nonsense here. We are both going after semantic.
No, you are.
No, I know we both are.
You are.
Because he was a terrible striker. It was useless. He only.
Okay, so you're saying it's better that we sign nobody instead of Vinicius, despite the fact that we didn't sign anybody?
No, I'm telling you that we could have signed anybody. We didn't. Bergwijn was chosen as the backup striker. You've decided that he's not a striker. You have. Conte has said he is a striker.
No, Sean, we didn't sign Bergwijn as a backup striker. We signed him as a winger.
You have decided, for the purpose of this argument, that he's not a striker. He's a forward. But Conte
Bergwijn has never played striker.
Conte has said he's a striker.
Conte said that we could try and play him as a striker. He did not specifically say that he was playing.
I'm going to find the quote. I'll find the quote.
Get the quote.
And while you get the quote, I do want to address just very quickly the Tommy Tapin thing here, because
do you have the highlight, bro?
Unfortunately, we don't have time to watch the entire highlight wheel, but you can tell by XG whether or not his goals were Tommy Tapins, because XG, if it's a tap-in, would have been higher than 0.3. So he had 2 assists here. Those were probably expected assists. His XA was 1.7. Here he had 2 goals, 1.5. Pretty close. Those are probably pretty Tommy Tapin. That one is obviously a penalty. Let's see. That one there, that's not a Tommy Tapin. That is not 2 Tommy Tapins.
Against who? Wolfsberger. Okay.
Wolfsberger. Yeah. That is a penalty, and yeah, but his XG is 7.3, and he scored 10 goals. So 75% of his goals were Tommy Tapins.
But this is what Conte said, right?
73%.
Antonio Conte believes.
I'm not even sure if that even though the stats supports what I'm saying, I'm not even sure if that's an actual realistic way of.
I mean, it's close
interpreting that point, but
that's what XG is how sure the goal was, right? So the closer you are, the more.
Are you sure that's what it is? Because has anyone ever actually defined what XG means? It's just they say it. They call it analytic. It's a variety of. It's like an algorithm of a variety of.
Yes, it's an analytic. Correct.
Yeah.
So, but like you can see, for an example here, this is his goal in the league, right? 0.65. That's a high chance, right? That's most goals that are 0.65. A penalty is 1, right? You're expected to score a penalty.
No, it's not.
It's 0.75. Sorry.
Yes.
0.65 in the box is a very high
And you said that
XG.
he had a 0.75 average XG for all of his goals. So that means that every goal that he scored was
No, not every.
expected penalty. Was the
73.
equivalent of a penalty.
73.
Which had a
7.3 XG to 10 goals.
And yet a penalty is 0.75. So every goal that he scored is basically the equivalent of a penalty.
No, because in that stat, it was the
That's what you just said, right? A penalty is a
the
0.75.
XG was 1, man. The XG is counted as 1.
So a penalty is a 1, not a 0.75. You just said it's a 0.75.
Yeah. His XG for that match was 1, and he scored 1 goal. There may have been other chances that necessarily.
Okay, so yeah, he missed. So he missed. So if a penalty is 0.75 and he's got an average 0.73, then every goal that he scored is the equivalent of a penalty. Cool.
Yeah, all but 2.
Sounds like a super fucking talent.
So
most of his goals were Tommy Tappins. Not all. Not all. Most.
If we're talking stats, can you bring up Bergwijn's stats and compare?
Excuse me. Filippo Inzaghi, one of the best strikers ever in Italy, was a tapping merchant.
Don't change the topic.
Who cares how you score your goals?
Oh, I'm just saying he's not as good as it'd be different.
He's in the right position at the right time, and he puts it in the back of the net.
You made the argument that he's awesome because he scored 10 goals, and I'm saying all of them.
No, we never said he was awesome.
Nobody said he was awesome.
No, sorry. Okay, so let me rephrase.
Sean, you always do this.
You just no, hang on. So, no, wait. I'm unpicking your point here, Stel.
No, you're making up words that weren't used.
No, I'm not. Okay, well, let me.
Just exaggerating.
Okay, well, let me rephrase. I'll bring it back. Let me rephrase to a point that I'm not exaggerating, but I'm still making the same point. You guys try to justify Vinicius's involvement and that he should have been signed on a second-year loan, and you used the fact that he scored 10 goals as the justification for your narrative.
Yeah.
And I said those 10 goals were Tommy Tappins. And under due diligence of the stat man himself, Will the stat man back in THFCRants, I'm right.
It's the Socrates.
I don't care how the goals were in the net. I never questioned about the tap-ins. I never said nothing about tap-ins.
You justified the point that he should have been because you used the
my point is 10 goals is more than 0 that Dane Scarlett.
He should have been re-signed because he scored 10 goals. And I said, well, the 10 goals were Tommy Tappins. So let's exclude them.
Let me break this
down.
down.
You don't like it when I use your own arguments against you. That's the point.
What argument? I never said that though. I never said anything about tap-ins. I never argued it.
5.7. And he has 6 goals.
It's too easy.
Bergwijn is even more of a Tommy Tappin.
When you make up words that weren't used, of course it's easy. What I said was...
If you're using the XG metric that we used against him in this, Bergwijn's even more of a Tommy Tappin. He has 6 goals with a 5.7 XG.
Listen, Will, all these stats are great. For me, it's very simple. If you're a striker and you've played 10 games and you scored 10 goals... why would that not be a better option than Bergwijn or Scarlett?
It would be. Yeah.
Right. That's my argument.
If he's scoring Tommy Tappins, that means he's getting in position to score Tommy Tappins because most of his goals came from open play, right? So
it's a no-brainer. Do you know, I saw this same argument on Henry Wright TV between Bob and Irish. And Bob Spur crushed Irish Hotspur with this. He was trying to defend that Dane Scarlett is as good as Vinicius. Bob Spur was almost laughing at him. I'm like, is this really an argument? And then Irish got all flustered because he realised, you know, actually, this is a silly argument. I can't get out of this now. And it's similar now when I hear Bergwijn is a better option up front than Vinicius. Where's any data to prove that? Not that by the way, and I hate stats. I hate stats.
You shouldn't hate stats. You need to love stats, though.
Sean, you're on mute. You're on mute.
How long have I been talking for? I don't know.
I just noticed you doing this.
I'm gonna go to the potty.
Did somebody put me on mute to shut me up? I don't know what happened.
No, I didn't. Maybe Cody did, but
you clicked something.
Hey, Cody, you put me on mute. I don't know how long I've been talking for because I've been talking for a good 2 or 3 minutes here.
2 hours, 4 minutes, and 18 seconds, Sean.
All I'll say is that I'm not making any assertions that Vinicius is worse than Dane Scarlett or Dane Scarlett's a better option. I'm not making that argument. The only reason we got into this whole debate in the first place is I don't think that Vinicius was any good. I think that he was useless in every asset that you would require from a front man. And when you guys said he scored 10 goals, therefore that's somehow relevant, I was like, well, it is relevant until you look into it. And if you actually get the highlights up, Will looked, didn't find them. They were all tap-ins. And there's nothing wrong with a tap-in because he got in the right place at the right time. Gary Lineker was a tap-in specialist, right? So nothing wrong with it.
Questioning it.
I just don't think he was worth re-signing, is all I was saying.
Why?
Because we never would have used him anyway.
But
we never have used him anyway.
That's because Mourinho was in charge. And if right now Vinicius was at Spurs, Conte would be using him in some shape or form because he hasn't got another choice striker. He doesn't have anything else. Every time Scarlett has come on, which is maybe 2 or 3 times a season, he's done fuck all because he's too young. That was my argument all along.
I know. Yeah, well, I've got no argument with that. Dane Scarlett is not ready. Absolutely, he needs to go out on loan. But Vinicius,
so Vinicius is ahead of Dane's. Yeah, but if there's no one else, that was the argument. If there's no one else, because we didn't buy anyone else.
But Vinicius wasn't the answer. But he wasn't. He went back. He went away. Like what you're doing right now, Stel, is saying if Dane Scarlett's not ready, then the only other option would have been and should have been Vinicius. No. I'm saying no. If Dane Scarlett's not ready and Vinicius goes back, there's an entire pool of potential people out there. We chose to sign none of them, and we chose not to re-sign Vinicius for a reason, and that reason. You think it's not justified because you happen to think right now that Vinicius was good enough, but the people at Tottenham didn't think he was, and I happen to agree with them. I was massively unimpressed by Vinicius, in spite of the 10 goals that he scored.
I'll tell you why I'm right. Okay,
you're not right, but it's okay.
Can I interject?
Okay.
Can I interject?
No, you can't. You can't because all you motherfuckers need to shut up because we got super chats from Henry Wright. Smash the like button, people. Convincing win tonight. Need to follow this up with a win against United. Kane and Son were class tonight. And then we have a follow-up super chat from Rob Coyne. Guys, love the players, celebrate as a team. Everton got the players, but they're done. I hate Arsenal, ban United, and we're better. I can't believe they're 4 and a game in hand. We need strikers. Maybe.
No idea what that means.
Guys, love the players, celebrated as a team. Yeah.
It's a wonderful super chat, though. Big up, Rob Coyne.
We appreciate the support. And to anyone that's thinking about sending a super chat, I urge you, and I will copy and paste the link. Send Bob Spur any help that you can, as he is coming out of a very difficult time in hospital. But go ahead, Shane. Continue.
No, I was just going to say we'll get to these super chats, then we get back to the argument at hand. That's all I was going to say.
Cody stole your thunder, man.
Big up, Shane.
Sorry,
Shane. It's 3 o'clock and it's gone 3. I got to go to bed. I got to walk my dog Bugsy Malone at 7 o'clock, so I got to go to bed.
Sean, for me, I'll keep even more simpler than what I've tried to keep it. If you do not have another plan to bring another striker to the club, you keep Vinicius for another year until you identify a striker. Because although you may not think he's the best, 10 games, 10 goals shows that there is something there. And the fact he scored 24 goals, top scorer in Portugal, means there is something there. As opposed to what? Dane Scarlett? It's a no-brainer for me. Had we bought a second striker, or had we kept Gareth Bale, who guaranteed 16 goals a season, then I'd say, okay, I can see it. But we didn't. We let Bale go, and we didn't buy a striker. So to not keep Vinicius, for me, I think was madness.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'd rather have, even though Bergwijn is not a striker, I'd rather have Bergwijn being used as a striker than Vinicius. That's just my take on it. Neither of them excite me as strikers.
But why? Why?
Because I think Bergwijn.
No, but you have to it's okay to say that, but you have to provide some justification for that opinion.
Well, the opinion is based on 2 things. One is the presentation of Bergwijn as a better option that doesn't have to be there's two ways I can do that. One is to push down Vinicius, and I've already done that by telling you that the 10 goals that he scored weren't goals that anybody else couldn't have scored. They were,
but they're not scoring them goals, Sean. They're not scoring them goals.
But listen, I've already explained, and you didn't like
it. Okay.
None of you liked it.
Go ahead.
Like when the argument you're putting up is that Vinicius is better than Bergwijn as a striker, and you're saying because he scored 10 goals. And I said, well, look at the 10 goals he scored. I gave you the option to get the highlights up. You didn't want to take it. But then I said, well, look, and then Will went and looked at the XGs, and the XGs suggested that essentially the 10 goals that he scored were the equivalent of banging in 10 penalties.
And Bergwijn hasn't scored 10 goals.
But Bergwijn hasn't had 10 penalties.
He's had more games. He's had more games than Vinicius. He's had more games than Vinicius.
Minutes this season? Has he had 1,000 minutes this season? That's what you
said.
Had
more games
than 1,000 minutes.
That was 1,000 minutes in all competitions, right?
How many minutes has Bergwijn had?
The thing is, you're discounting the minutes that Vinicius played, though. You say that the minutes that he played in Europa and the FA Cup are not as valuable, and then you want to justify it because Bergwijn hasn't played minutes. It doesn't add up.
Yeah, you gotta let him finish his phrase first. All right.
You have to first of all look at how many minutes has Bergwijn scored, how many goals has he scored per minute versus Vinicius, and at what level has he done it, and in what sort of format. What were the games? How did that pan out? There's variables to this conversation, and you're choosing the variables that suit. You're cherry picking very select variables that seem to publish your argument in a very positive way, but then when you pull the layers back from that onion, I've already proven that the onion's rotten inside. That Vinicius doesn't have a spectacular record. Well, I think I have. But I don't care either way. I'm not sitting here trying to suggest that Bergwijn's a striker. I'm just saying that of the two, who would I want playing up front, Vinicius or Bergwijn? For me, it's Bergwijn all day long. Every
do you know who the third top scorer at Tottenham is this season? Do you know who the third top scorer is at Tottenham this season?
Own goals.
And you're telling me Bergwijn over Vinicius? I'm not having it.
But hold on. There's
like you don't have to have it. It's okay.
Own goals have got
it's fine with me if you don't have it.
Bergwijn. Own goals are better than Bergwijn.
I'm just saying, Vinicius, all accept that we would not have purchased Vinicius for the price that was laid out.
We would not have paid the price.
We could have got Vinicius on loan.
We could have got anybody else.
Calculate that.
We could have got anybody else.
Like, we should have got somebody else then. I'm okay with getting somebody else. I'm just saying he was here, right?
That's the argument.
For Bergwijn.
You could have got anybody else.
That's the argument.
Anybody else. You're making the argument that it was Vinicius or Bergwijn. I'm saying it didn't have to be any of them.
But we're talking about what did happen. And what did happen is we kept Bergwijn and we got rid of Vinicius. And look, Bergwijn's not even third top scorer. Own goals are. Vinicius did score 10 goals.
What makes you think the Vinicius reloan was even a possibility anyway?
We didn't try.
Because he got loaned again. He got loaned from
you said 10 minutes. You said 10 minutes ago. Spurs didn't want him because they didn't rate him.
The Spurs didn't want him.
Why could he not get loaned to Tottenham Hotspur if he got loaned to PSV Eindhoven?
Spurs didn't want him. Maybe he didn't want to stay.
He's on loan to Eindhoven.
You're making massive assumptions.
He's on loan at Eindhoven.
You're making assumptions.
He's on loan at Eindhoven.
We're all making assumptions. Yeah. But hold on,
it's not an assumption. It's not an assumption that Vinicius scored 10 goals. He scored 10 goals. That's a fact.
That's true. That's not an assumption. We're talking about the reason why. But before you go, I want you to, if you are going to go, I'll just say, if it was a longer conversation that we could have, you could peel back those onions with the stats. That's what I'm saying. This is the thing with stats, is you can peel back the onion as far as you want, and you can gather the data to make that picture in a small time, in a short amount of time. It makes it difficult.
You can't peel back the off the ball stuff. You can only peel back the on the ball stuff, though.
That's true. Yeah. Anything that's not there aren't data points collected for, you can't peel back. That's true.
Unless we want to get together as a group and pay. If we want to pay Opta for that shit, I'd love to do that. I was looking into it. I was looking at all the stat websites the other day, trying to figure out how much would it cost to get hold of some of that data to make our arguments more cogent.
Maybe Matt could do it. I don't know. It would have to be an analytic, though, with off the ball, because that's something that's going to be subjective. You'd have to create a criteria metric, a model, and then create an analytic.
That's what I'd love. If we all want to grow our channels, it'd be awesome to all chip in and then like get hold of off the ball stuff, because everyone could look at on the ball stuff and it tells a little bit of a story, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Off the ball stuff is where the magic is.
In FPL, they do have some off the ball metrics. They call it danger, right? Meaning it's based off players' runs. So it's about how many runs into the box that they make. The positions of those relative. So like what Stell was talking about on We Are Tottenham TV, the different zones, the danger of the zones are valued way different ways. So they do have some off the ball analytics, but you have most of those are on paid FPL statistical sites, and they get really deep.
Yeah.
But and I'm not a huge fan of analytics. I prefer statistics over analytics. Like even XG for me is it's
because no one knows what makes up the XG.
Yeah, because it's
bullshit.
The weighting of this
like an algorithm.
is subjective.
It's like trying to rank number one on Google for like I don't know, hot dog stand.
So hard statistics, like for me, goals per shot on target is far more valuable than an XG, in my opinion, right? Because that's an actual, it happened, right? The person shot on target, they scored or they didn't, right? Like it's black and white.
Either way,
analytics
guys, it's 3:15 in the morning. Will
plug your channel, man.
Spurs Talk Show. Anyone that's in the comments still awake, if you don't mind. I gotta go to bed, so I'm not even gonna get the link up. But Spurs Talk Show, you can find me there. And I'm doing new things. I'm trying new things. I'm doing morning walks where I get the shit off my chest, and it's like a nice background. I live in a nice kind of rural area. But I just enjoy being a slut of the community, coming around and having debates and arguments with Cody and Stell and everybody else, you know, and
Cody and Stell and Cody and
Stell. It's actually often Cody and Stell. But I love all it. It's all love. It's all love. I love you all. We won tonight. Top four's back on.
Sean and Sava, fucking firework.
I'm not doing one with Sava.
Do that. We'll schedule that up with Henry.
Sean, Sava, and Alex. Oh wow. Box office.
I don't think you should put me in the same bucket of people that are controversial. I just come with a different perspective, but I base my opinions in reality. You guys just sometimes don't like my opinions, but that's okay. I don't mind. I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy a good debate. Thank you for having me.
Full of shit.
But no, you got to keep doing. I watched your dog walk show the other day, the whole thing, and I like it because it reminds me of the boy Hotspur. I mean, you need to take him out. You need to take him under, right? You steal his audience.
Do you know Iggy on our show does like this?
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he goes to
the yeah. Do you know he's actually built like this little cult following?
You know what he needs to do?
He's got these cult following, these diehards that follow him now.
Iggy needs to sit there because Iggy's got the beard.
I'm one of Iggy's.
The Iggy stands. You're an Iggy stan? I'm an Iggy stan.
I got more subscribers in the last week than I've ever got just by doing those walks. It's weird.
Yeah, people. Maybe I should start doing some walks or something. I don't like to walk.
Thank you for having me on. It's lovely to see. Love you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Love you.
Everybody go subscribe. The link is in the chat.
Love you, Shane.
Click on over there and subscribe, and we'll see.
Cheers, Kuguma. Kuguma doesn't give a shit how I'm doing. You just care about Bugsy Malone. I appreciate that, Kuguma.
He's here.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay.
All right, I gotta go. Take care.
All right, thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Ciao.
Ciao.
And I'm out of here as well.
No, but that's the link to Sean's channel, so maybe do that. And then Shane, you said you're about to bounce as well.
Yeah, I'm about to bounce. I've got a few things to do, so I got up early this morning to watch the game, and I think I might have a nap in that. So,
alrighty, man.
Okay, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, man. We always appreciate you being here. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Cheers, guys. Later.
Good to see you, dude.
Later, Shane, my friend. Everybody, I think Shane has a Twitter. I can't remember. And he's gone.
And just because I've talked so much, I'm going to go as well and let you guys talk.
About time, Barry. Good lord.
Well, tell us the story before you go, Barry. We have to at least get 5 minutes of conversation with you.
Tell us the story.
Barry, did you get to ask Perriman any questions at all, or?
No, because I was late to the stream, so I didn't get on. So,
oh my god!
I came on afterwards and caused mayhem for an hour and 45 minutes. So that was my contribution. So we actually had to clip the Steve Perryman bit to send it to him because we couldn't send him the whole 3 hours. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made any sense.
Why did you cause mayhem?
Because that's what we do on a Thursday, Stel. No, we just go off key and just don't, talk about.
Oh, right. Sorry, like the usual stuff, not actually causing some kind of.
Yeah, not doing what you do, Stel, and cause mayhem. No, just doing normal stuff.
Barry, I have a question.
I speak the truth.
How was it when? Because I thought it was very special, very emotional when they were singing the Dele Alli song in the stadium. Wow, that was a telling moment.
Bit sad, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sad. It was sad. At the same time,
I think it was our way of saying goodbye. No, I think we were always going to give, like we always do, right? We always give a good reception. The Spurs fans always give a good reception to players returning.
Except for Southampton.
Yeah. Apart from one,
he got it.
Apart from one. But yeah, it was louder than I thought. And he kind of looked a bit embarrassed at the end. And Hugo made him come over to the south stand and kind of take the applause. So yeah, a lot of the fans. I mean, when he came on, everyone in the stadium stood up and applauded him, sang his song, and then at the end, there was probably, I'd say, good, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 fans that stayed in, and then Hugo sent him to the south stand to get his applause. So yeah, no, it was really good moment. But I didn't expect it to be that loud. But hey, he did. Apart from the last few years, he's played well, and he thanks for the memories. That's all we can really say. So
yeah. I also too, if you guys didn't know, the highest viewed video on Sean's channel ever is the one where I was on there. So. But yeah,
what a cunt move.
I had to do it. I had to do it. As a stat for it. But yeah, so going forward, we've got we talked a little bit about the United match earlier today. I haven't seen Mr. K. He was at the match today. I don't know if he's going to be streaming tomorrow or not.
I gave him my ticket. I called him up and said, "Do you want to go?"
And he broke his curse as well, because the other two times we've
gotten
lost.
battered. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
But we've got Man United on Saturday, so we've got another time. So it seems okay. The only trend, another thing that gives me a higher probability of us beating Man United sufficiently is the fact that whenever we've had a full week of preparation, we've battered the team. Not just one, but pretty close. I mean, just outplayed them. And we've got a full week. So that's why the Brighton game may be sticky.
When's the Brighton game, Will? When's the Brighton game?
Brighton game's on Wednesday or something like that. Let me see.
Yeah.
And Man United play Atletico Madrid this week, yeah? Is that definitely?
No, they don't play this week. They play next week. So they don't have a game.
Yeah, so it's dangerous. Man United's a dangerous game then. They've got a whole week to rest as well. I'm just so worried that Man U are going to have this thing inside them where they're so fucking humiliated from what happened the other day, man, and to then lose to us as well, just it's the nail in the coffin almost. The top four for them, it's like it literally is game over, without doubt.
But we got to beat Brighton. We got on Wednesday. Arsenal play Liverpool as well.
This Wednesday.
We've
got Brighton this Wednesday.
Yep, 16th of March.
That's next week.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, after Man United, the week.
Yeah, we've got to beat Man U first, though, right?
Yeah, I'm not as worried about that one, to be honest with you.
I am. I think that's for me. I think there's going to be fireworks in that game. I can see a thriller, an absolute crazy game of like real madness, a madness of a game. I really do.
I hope so, because games like today are boring. Shane had it spot on. I don't like waxing teams 5-0.
I think it's going to be like a 4-2, 4-3, a 3-2. It's just going to be nuts. I don't know who's going to win it though. I can't. There's no way I'm going to say Spurs are going to win that. We can win it. But United at the moment as well, like I said, they have to respond. Manchester United have to respond. They can't just let Spurs come there and turn them over. I don't see how they can let that happen. That's what I think is going to be difficult.
Scott mentioned earlier, Liverpool beat United 5-0. The next week they played us. They beat us 3-0 in the famous Sack Bowl.
El Sacico.
But that was on the back of us being in like horrible form. Nuno's in the doghouse, right? I mean, it was, Kane of down tools, right? A down tool Kane. I mean, it's a completely different situation.
I think Conte needs to come up with a plan for that game. He needs to come up with a strategy, because Man City's strategy is just possession-based football. They just wore them down.
If United comes at us, though, we'll batter them. If they come at us, we'll batter them. If they give us space in behind, Maguire is going to get eaten alive.
Do you think Rangnick would do that, though? Do you think Rangnick's the kind of manager that...
I don't know.
He seems quite possessed. He seems quite obsessed with his tactic, isn't he? Of like press.
If they come at us, we'll beat them.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope you're right, Will. If we beat Manchester United at Old Trafford, that is a massive result for Tottenham. I mean, that is big. It's big anyway.
Especially on the same day that Liverpool loses or Arsenal loses to Liverpool. It's even bigger.
Yeah, United doesn't usually play the low blocks, and I think we're gonna give them fits between Kulu, Sonny, and Kane. I think it could be a long day for United, but like I said, man, the trajectory, man, like.
It's a good trajectory, but every time Mari speaks, somebody tries to join the show. I don't know what it is. I feel bad.
I was just thinking, whenever Mari speaks, the music comes on, man. The poor guy. I know. Mari just gets it, man.
I feel bad. It's not my fault. We do got, it's after dark. It's late. He's here. He lives in the mountains. Kieran, Spurs After Dark. Welcome to the show, my friend.
There's whiskey in the jar tonight, boys. Hell yeah.
Not moonshine?
No. That Aaron keeps saying moonshine because I'm from, Appalachia. Yeah, but no, I stick to the whiskey, which is also an Appalachian staple. So,
Bourbon.
But hey, go back to Mari though. I'm not important enough to cut him off.
No, I'm not just saying that. Like I said, it's. You look at it, it's just like how we should win, but it's just this team, man. This team. But it's now or never. I agree with Conte's statement. Do we want it? Do we want it? If we beat United, I'm actually confident that we could beat Brighton again going into West Ham. So I think for me personally, I've been saying one game at a time, but the United game is big. It's huge. It's huge. If we beat United, I can start getting confident again. Not to say I'm not confident, but I'm just skeptical. I got to see it consistent. That's why I said one game at a time. And I keep saying one game at a time.
I'm confident we'll beat United because they're going to come out to play.
Yeah,
and we have been successful against every single team who comes to play and tries to get on the front foot against us. We have counterattacked every one of those teams to death. Today we were up against a team that's just garbage all around in all facets of the game, and we just absolutely dominated.
They came at
them.
us that first half too, and we
did. They did open up that way, which I knew they would because they need points. You know, they're facing relegation, and relegation for Everton could spell disaster for the football club. Like, seriously, it could be. I mean, they'd probably have to go into administration. The financial liabilities would be massive, but I'm confident against United, honestly. The only danger is that they have one of the greatest players to ever play the game on their team. And although he hasn't been that great this season, there's always the potential. And there's always, and against our defense, we know Ronaldo.
He's injured, bro.
Oh, he's injured. He's not going to play. Oh, he's not going to be fit for that game.
Out. Yep.
All right. Well, in that case, fuck it. Yeah, no. I'm saying it right now. 3-1 Spurs. Absolutely. No, they're going to come out to play, and they're going to try and press because that's what Ragnar wants them to do. But I've watched them play. They don't commit to the press, not as a team. They don't press as a team effectively that often. And I think it's just set up for a game for us to win, just like we did against City. Yeah, I wouldn't be afraid of United at all, or Brighton. I think those are both games that are completely winnable. From here on out, it's the low block teams, and then we still have to go to Anfield, and then we have the North London derby. Those are the games that scare me. West Ham, another counter-attacking team. Those games make me nervous. But any team where I'm confident the other team's going to come out and try to get on the front foot, I feel like we got it.
Kieran, he's got a hip injury, 75 chance.
We are not losing that North London. Listen to me. We are not losing that North London derby. They are not coming to White Hart Lane and taking them points. I promise you. I've been saying it for 2-3 weeks. Come and get those points, Arsenal. Come to the lane. First time capacity, this stadium. That atmosphere, they're going to shit themselves what we're going to be.
Yeah. And again,
they're not taking. It might be a draw, but they're not taking 3 points from us.
Absolutely. And again, another team that is going to want to possess the ball and be on the front foot and come at us. And I'm confident we'll be able to handle it. Even with Jose last season. And in the game at our place, the North London derby, with the few people in attendance, I mean, you saw it. They came at us. We killed them on the counter, and eventually, by 60th minute, they were out of ideas, and they were just firing balls into the box, while Eric Dyer just bumped them away over and over again. I think we'll see a similar performance but it's just like rationally, I agree with you, Stel. I think there's absolutely no reason we should lose that game, but it's the scum. So there's always a little bit of nervousness,
Harry Class A at home against
Shaw's
Arsenal
out as well.
Best
Cavani's out.
Striker in all North London derbies.
Right
Harry
now,
Kane's fit that day.
That's true.
Not taking the points.
Right now, you got Ronaldo, Varane, Shaw, Cavani, all out.
Oh, Varane's out too. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
Apparently, Ronaldo isn't injured. He's just had
It says hip injury. I'm looking at it right now. Hip injury, 75% chance.
I'm sure against Man City, because I've got some Man United friends. They were saying to me that he's had a bit of a bust up with the manager.
Well, hopefully he's still got a bust up on. I don't know. It says hip injury though, right? So.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I said I was going, and then I didn't go. So
yeah, got a couple of things to do. I got work in the morning, but I gotta.
10:30, man. We're good. I'm just kidding.
Mari, when you off to Mexico?
Yeah, I leave Thursday night, and so
dude.
Yep. So I'm gonna spend a week there, and I'll still be able to watch the games.
Listen, when you watch the games in Mexico, right? Just watch out for this. It's fucking crazy shit. So the commentary's like, and then it's like out of nowhere, Harry Kane. You're gonna love it, man. The commentary in Mexico is fucking crazy.
Actually, I'm watching some of the games in Spanish sometimes.
Funny story. You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
I watch every match twice, right? The first time I always watch it in English. The second time I always watch it in Spanish because I don't want the announcers to bother me watching.
Oh, nice.
So I always watch it back in Spanish the second time.
Yeah, Andres Cantor. He's one of the legends. He's the goal guy that says goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch the World Cup like sometimes it's just because my dad speaks Spanish and speaks French, so a lot of times growing up watching the games, he had to translate me because we'll watch it in Spanish, and so I'd just be like, so I had to really use the eye test and watch because it's just like.
What's funny is that announcer actually speaks English very well, and whenever the U.S. plays Mexico, he always does the announcing in English. As well, it's always fun.
So. I love the commentary over there, man. It's wicked.
Plus,
it's so
he's Argentinian too, so Mr. Andres Cantor. But so no, I'm excited, and so I've already told my cousin and another good friend of mine. I said during this time slot, I'm watching Spurs. And I said before we go out and hit the clubs, we'll have a show at 8:00 that Saturday. I gotta at least get in the first hour, so the hotel have Wi-Fi, and then I already got it planned out.
Where in Mexico are you going?
Cancun.
Cancun's
going to the beaches.
Cancun's fun.
You live in Florida and you're going to Cancun.
Hey, you taking a?
And I'm a history nerd, so I definitely want to see some of the relics. I'm gonna be there for a week and stuff. So,
if you can, go do the swimming in the Mayan caves. It's out of this world.
Yeah, no, that's on the list.
Yeah, do it, man. Do it.
Yeah,
there's an island called Cozumel. If you can go there, do it. If
Cozumel,
not,
yeah.
The ferry. Yeah, take the ferry. I'm gonna take the ferry to this island called Isla Mujer.
Yeah.
Are you doing an all-inclusive?
They did it, but my cousin invests in real estate, so he's buying a couple of condos. We're gonna stay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
condos are cool, but I like the all-inclusives because you can just eat and drink.
Yeah,
till you can't see yourself anymore.
Go to the nightclub that's floating on the lagoon.
Okay.
It's actually a floating nightclub.
That sounds amazing. I'm ready for a vacation.
So you can live in
spring break days. I actually went to American spring break from the UK, and I thought, okay, what have these Americans got on us?
Yes, when I was in the military.
That shit.
Yeah, no, you don't even know, dude.
Hey, Will.
That's what we gotta
do, Will. We gotta do a spring break. Have these guys come across the pond.
Spring break show. Yeah.
I'm never doing spring break again. Never again. He's fucking hanging me upside down by my ankles, and they put this tube in my mouth connected to a beer barrel and forcing his beer down me, shaking me.
Yeah, it's called a beer bong, man.
A keg stand. It's a keg stand.
Yeah. In the UK, we get a glass full of beer and we drink it. Okay. This was next.
You've never heard of a 3x beer bong before? So when I was in the military,
all the time.
So when I was in the military, what they do is 3x is 3 times as long, not 3 beers, but 3 times as long. Okay, so what you do is you stand, which is a lot more than 3 beers. You stand up on the balcony of this, like, so in the military, the dormitories have 1 level, 2nd level. So you go up onto the 1st floor. And you have a funnel. It's like a large size funnel with a hose that runs all the way up from there, all the way down to the ground. So you're talking, it's like 15 feet long.
They did something similar to me, man. But
and you hold the end, you hit it, boom! It's just immediate vomit, dude. It's like you don't even drink it. It's like it comes in, it comes right back up.
Dude, the worst thing, right? I was up on this stage in the club, and there was 3 of us. It was me, this American guy, and this guy from Canada. And it was like a competition who can drink the most before you spit out the tube and all your guts come out.
Yeah.
And I'm up on the stage representing the UK, and then the competition began. We're all upside down. Go! And the whole crowd, man. USA! USA! No support. The Canadian guy was getting booed. And I'm just in the middle, like Mr. Neutral, no support. Dude. Within 10 seconds, I spat out the tube. I was spitting beer over everyone.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, we have that holdover of the Puritan culture, right? So it was all weird about alcohol here for a long time. We had prohibition where it was illegal to sell it.
Crazy.
And the drinking age is 21. So in America, all kids have to sneak around to drink. So we develop a really problematic
100%.
relationship with alcohol.
And you get like superstar, like on the stage, Ludacris and 50 Cent turned up, and then the whole crowd went crazy, and they did like a whole 1 hour gig.
Oh
man.
wow, nice.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Like from when I was in the military, I lived in San Antonio. I lived in San Antonio. I lived in San Antonio, Texas, and that's about an hour to an hour and a half from the Mexican border, right? So we used to go. We would go either South Padre Island or we go to Matamoros, Mexico, which is just like right across the border. We go to border towns all the time. We used to go to clubs there because I was old enough to drink, but a lot of the guys that are 18, 19, because, we can't drink here in the United States until 21, right? So a lot of the guys would come in and they would, Dietrich, I'm just going to bring you in because I already did your intro and I'm telling the story, but
his face, face reveal, Dietrich's face reveal, face reveal live on air. It's happening.
We got it. We can clip it.
Well, I missed it. I didn't see his face.
Clipped and shipped. Clipped and shipped.
2 minutes 40. 2 minutes 40. I can get it.
2 hours 40. But so anyway, we used to go over to the border for spring break. Even though we're in the military, we're not in college. We go to spring break anyway because we're that same age. We would go across the border, and we would be in these bars, and it was amazing. Like, because then we would be at this club or whatever, and the area codes. In the United States, people like to chant area codes when they go to clubs. Don't ask me why. It's just a thing.
Ludicrous.
So we get there, and 210 is the area code. For San Antonio, and so it's like one guy's like 210, and so everybody's from San Antonio because it's Texas. There's a lot of people from San Antonio, so it's like the whole bar is like 210, what 210, what 210, what. We just get completely trashed, and good times.
Do you know one
and
thing?
We
I
got to
will
stumble
say,
back
though,
across the border drunk. It was good.
One thing I will say though in Cancun, on the beach, there was one day where they did 5-a-side football tournament, and they built like a mini kind of pitch, and all the chicks were there in the bikinis, and all the guys, everyone's fucking like 6-pack, all the American kids, just like fucking, and you had to get into teams, and you had to represent your country. And listen, in the final, the USA weren't in the final. It was England, but it was UK actually. We had to mix with the Scottish to get enough numbers. It was UK versus Canada in the final. And we beat Canada in the final, and we won.
Yeah,
we won the Spring Break Cup.
Stop lying, Solios. Canadians are better than the UK. Stop lying.
Well, I'm pretty good at chugging pints. I can do it pretty fast. And
the Americans with the drinking was ridiculous, mate. It was fucking ridiculous.
Dude, on my 18th birthday in college, on my 18th birthday, beer pong.
Yeah.
On my 18th birthday in college, a senior, I was a freshman, a senior, made me shotgun 18 beers back to back. And in between each beer, not each beer, it was like every third beer, but periodically I had to take a shot of vodka as well. And I did it. I got all 18. It took me like 20 minutes. But actually, I was awake for another 2 hours. Then I smoked a cigar, and then I threw up, and then I passed out. It was
but
the
do you
cigar.
have beer pong?
I drank all that, but it was the cigar that got me in the end.
Do you guys have beer pong in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they did promote beer pong because I played.
Listen, don't get me wrong.
Manchester. I went to a party.
Universities in England are wild. Like it's wild. But spring break is ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Marbella, right? They all go to Marbella.
Go to Mardi Gras, dude. You been to Mardi Gras?
Yeah, you got to go to Mardi Gras.
I went to Mardi Gras. Do you know what? It was okay.
What year did you go?
The crowds make it difficult.
It was a bit. Do you know what I didn't like about Mardi Gras? It was a bit dirty, man. It was a bit too dirty for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love Nolans.
Not that kind of dirty, like the streets.
Yeah, well, okay, that's the thing.
It's not.
It's a dirty city.
It's a really.
I didn't like New Orleans, man. I didn't like.
But
before Katrina, I went there, real young, and
I did too. I went 2000.
No, I went after Katrina, Mari. I went after.
They never.
Can I tell you a funny story?
From the
So this is a funny story. I don't ever I don't drink this much anymore, but at that time I did when I was in the military, and I guess Dietrich's got embarrassed. Did he reveal his face and left? But we had I went to Mardi Gras, and I didn't even make it to like the nighttime. So we get there it's like 10 o'clock in the afternoon. We're walking around the fairs, you know, we're drinking the hurricanes and stuff like that. I was like drunk out of my mind by like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So drunk that I started crying. I've never been that drunk before in my life that I literally started crying. I was just crying about everything. It was like, you know, this happened, or
oh, they're making fun of Son Heung-min. They're making fun of Son.
It was like that. It was like that for sure. Not on that topic, but it was other things, dude. But I was just crying, dude, about everything. Like somebody could look at me wrong. He looked at me that way, and I just started crying, dude. Like I've never done that before in my life.
Well, I have a question. Did someone insult you based on your arguments on stats?
No, I don't cry about that because I'm right.
I will say this. I will say this because we got two Canadians here. Because I live in Florida. When Canadian spring breakers, let alone Canadian tourists, come to Florida, I don't know how stressed out they're up there, but they go wild.
Yeah. They were fucking crazy.
Canadians go wild on vacation. Here in Florida, like you ask anything.
Rum, I think.
There's the people from the UK, but when Canadians come down to Florida, it's like
more Canadians in general, they're crazy. Like it's a fact. They're all crazy.
Party with Canadians, they're wild. Like I was like,
to be fair, the Brits in Europe have got the worst reputation when going abroad. There's actually a show called Brits Abroad. Like they fuck everything up.
Yeah.
They go to Spain, and they just fuck everything up. All right. Yeah. So maybe the Canadians are like, you know, Canadians abroad is the same shit as the Brits in Spain.
Yeah. Just like you will and I'll still with Twitter, you fuck everything up.
Yeah. So in a hurricane, Bryce asked what's in a hurricane. A hurricane is.
I saw your face.
Yeah.
Hurricane is a 1 ounce of 151. Hurricane is 1 ounce of 151. 2 ounces of another dark rum, 2 ounces of a light rum, so 2.5 ounce or 3 ounces of rum at different levels, passion fruit syrup, and lemon juice. That's one in a hurricane. They are rum messes me up, dude. I don't.
Mate, I think
Mari loves that rum.
Mari, do you know what? You're gonna love Cancun, man. Do you know what? It seems like such a nice place when it's not spring break. Like when it's just normal, it's very manufactured. Yeah, it's not real, but it's beautiful. It's like Dubai. It's just beautiful.
Soju will get you
my
too.
best friend went to Tulum, which is like an hour and a half south. He says,
yeah, that's like 3 times more expensive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they will say it's better. It's a little bit more expensive.
So I've got friends that have been to Tulum, and the thing with Tulum though is it's like full of hipsters, man. It's like, you know, where the rich kids go to.
It is.
Be cool, which is nice, but you better have some money on you.
Yeah, see, Stella, at first I was like, hey, easy on the hipsters, but then you said rich kids, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, it's
maybe a hipster, but I'm no rich kid.
Yeah, no, sorry, I should have said the rich hipsters.
Yeah.
The rich hipsters, you know, the ones that live on that place just below New York. What's that nice place where people go to?
Hoboken?
But in Canada, or I mean Canada, in Mexico,
that rich stretch below New York.
Okay, I think
below New York, New Jersey. It's not.
By the sea. It's on the sea. It's on the sea.
No, he's talking about north of New York. It's not south of New York. It's north of New York. The Hamptons.
Hamptons. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's gorgeous, but yes, it's.
That's where the Hampton hipsters go to.
Yeah. The Hampton hipsters, white party, and
yeah, all that shit.
But you also have, but in Mexico itself too, you have the touristy area. So Cancun is a touristy area in the cities, but like go to a border town, man. You want to talk about dirty, right? You could literally you got the bars, right? Just, you know, within walking distance of the border.
Fucking shut, man.
And then you go down the wrong road, and you could wake up in the morning with your kidneys gone, right? Like it's that kind of a place, dude.
Suarez, right?
Matamoros, yeah, Suarez. I mean, there's a lot of them, right?
Go to the bullfight. There's a bullfight arena as well in Cancun.
But like kids, you don't drink. Don't drink.
But beers are super cheap. At least they were now. I don't know what they cost now, but they're like cervezas were like $1.
In between the movies, maybe both of them maybe twice or 3 times. Especially the one they go to Australia. That was hilarious. In betweeners. But yeah, man, I'm really, really excited. Have fun, but like I said, I'm also like a history nerd. I like to really get in with the culture and just so it should be
But
fun.
you guys were going to leave about 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm going now. I'm going to go. I was going about half an hour ago. But there you go.
All right, guys. Yeah, so the next show should be
Fuck off, Barry.
Cody's
on Wednesday.
so violent.
I will jump on the streams, and then next Wednesday, depending what time, my flight, I could be able to pull the Love Lounge, but maybe earlier.
Barry, you're still here.
So.
I'm being polite and letting Mari finish,
Yes.
and then I was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're interrupting and making it take longer, Cody.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's it. That's it.
Everybody's subscribe to Mari Spurs channel. I'm gonna put his link in the chat. And while I'm doing that, Barry, you're welcome to
Spurs.
Cody's drunk.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I just want to say I love your channel, Barry. I love your guys' channel. The Shelfside Spurs, you guys are all great. Rez and Johnny and all you guys are excellent. So.
Best. Best
Thank
channel.
Johnny is one of the first ever people on YouTube I met, ever. Johnny Einstein.
And Johnny Einstein used to do shows with us all the time. He doesn't come on anymore. I guess he's too cool for us.
Do you know what? I think he ended up changing job and stuff, and then he's just been
he's got a
full
new
on with
job.
it.
He's got a new job, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Johnny
So-
Einstein. It was Tottenham away. We gave him the name Johnny Einstein.
Did you?
Yeah, because he came on the show. He kept coming on the show, and he was coming out with all these deep, insightful, kind of philosophical kind of comments. And we're like, this guy fucking Einstein or something. And they were just stuck Johnny Einstein.
Just like
And that's
just
Mari's.
like me.
That's the link to Mari's channel there in the chat. If you will,
He's
go
a smart guy, Johnny. He's a smart guy.
His last
He
name's
is.
Einstein.
I'll tell you what, do you know what? When it comes to actually understanding the game and actually understanding football, he is hands down the most underrated person on all the shows. Johnny knows his shit, man. He really, really, really knows his shit. He's just not vocal. He's just not vocal with it.
I do got to bring this guy in quick because I don't know how much time is left before his bedtime.
It's his bedtime.
Dan THFC. He hates it when I do that.
Oh, I believe it's true.
What's up, Dan?
Yeah, I'm happy with that performance. We absolutely teared them apart. Are they gonna get relegated? Do any of you actually think they are gonna get relegated?
Probably.
You're not on your good mic.
Am I not connected to my mic?
No. No way.
Yeah, I think you're
Because
right.
it's
Okay,
past
I'm
your mic's
definitely-
bedtime.
I'm definitely going. I'm
that's
definitely,
the,
definitely going now.
We
Big
got
up,
Barry from
Barry.
Shelfside
Big up, Barry.
Spurs. Everybody go subscribe. That's the link to Shelfside Spurs channel right there in the chat. Give them a subscribe as well. A lot more of you guys need to subscribe over there to Shelfside Spurs. And
Good night, Nicholas.
thanks for coming on, Barry.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Cody.
Love you, buddy. Take care. Great guy, Nick.
But Dan THFC's in the house. Give us your thoughts on today's match and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I think pretty much the only time there was a bit of a competition was the first 10 minutes. After that, we completely tore them apart, and just fantastic all-around performance from every single player on the field. Left their all, and I'm just happy with that performance. But at the end of the day, we have to not only look at this performance and look at the consistencies throughout the season. That if you look at our form, it's loss win, loss win, loss win, loss win, loss win, loss win, and we got to pick up some type of consistency. If we lose to Manchester United and then we win another game, then we can't continue going on like this. We have to pick up some type of consistency.
I agree.
I just want to say real quick, respect the drip that Dan's got right now. Fuck, that hat is so sweet, man. I want one of those.
Yeah.
With sun on the end of it's got sun on the inside of the bill. That is, bro, that is too drippy. Oh, what's up with the haircut though?
Oh god.
Why? Oh, that's what it's about. You're hiding the cut. What's up?
I don't want to get into this. I made a bet and I lost.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And this
Dan, at least you have a better haircut than Will.
Oh.
I don't know. My haircut's pretty good. There.
Dan, what is it?
It's
Trench
cleaner
coat?
than that, man. That's cleaner than clean.
It's a buzz cut.
My
It's a
line
buzz
is
cut.
clean. It's not that bad. What's wrong with this haircut?
It's all right.
Got a little bit of hat hair,
It's a
but
punishment.
I used to think. You had one of the best names. I know you had to change it, but the Yid Kid was such a great name.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
such a
screw
cool
you,
name.
YouTube, for making him change his name because that was
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, his celebration
Bro,
was so cold.
no, Will, that was such a shit goal. That was such a shit goal from Son. Stop it.
Okay, you're just trolling because that
No,
was...
honestly, that
Oh,
was a
come
shit goal.
on, D-Trax.
That
Yo, all right,
was-
look, I'll give you it wasn't the best shot, and Pickford should have saved it, but he shit and didn't.
wait, hold on. Wasn't the best shot on the ground, bouncing with a lot of pace.
No, that was a shit shot. That was a shit shot.
Yeah, it was too close to the keeper, though. Well, I mean, he like if
From the angle.
Yeah, Pickford still. I mean, if it were Lloris would have got that. Like a lot of the better.
It's hard to get
keepers
down to the
in
ground
league
that quick
would
with the
have got
amount of pace that was on that ball.
it is. It's not easy. It's not an easy save, but it's still one he should probably get at his level, considering he's England's #1 goalkeeper. You
Yeah.
know, which I don't understand why Pickford is #1 because I think he's
Shouldn't
trash, honestly.
Bro,
His
I think
arms
he's-
weren't big enough.
England, they
he's
don't
whole-
have good keepers. They don't have good keepers.
Sam Johnston, I think, is better than. I mean, I know he's
But
been
he's not
having a
a-
rough couple months, but I think he's still a better keeper than Pickford. I've seen him pull off a lot of difficult saves. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean that's true and all of that. But any other topics that we want to hit on tonight, or
Yeah, who's better, Kin or Son? You never answered my question.
who's
Oh my
better
God.
better at what?
Better in general, better football. You never answered my question.
Better in general. I don't know what better in general means.
When you have the ball,
They're
on
not the
your
same
foot-
player.
No, when you have the ball on your foot, who's better?
Oh, that's not good. Hope she feels better, Cody.
oh yeah, sorry, Cody.
Oh, if she's sick, I hope she gets well soon.
Um,
Yeah. No, Son's a better
No.
Winger than Kane for sure.
I just want to, once again, and I'll keep doing this. I know it's annoying. Eventually, it'll stop because he'll be here for a while, and everybody will get used to the fact that he's really good. But I once again, I told you all about Kulusevski, so everybody who doubted,
Bro, he's not good. He's not good.
dude, D-Trix, man, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Bro.
No, okay.
So this is the
Respect.
guy. This is the guy that
You
comes to
gotta-
my show and says that Emerson, right? When he's playing under Nuno, he's playing poorly because he's not a right back. He's a right wing back. Then when he plays right wing back, he's not playing good because he's right back and not a right wing back. And then he's dog crap. It's come on.
Honestly, with Kulu, one thing I'll say, against open team, he's good, but against a low block like Berlin, sucks.
I mean,
That's all I got.
we've only seen it in a couple games.
Yeah.
He's 21. He just came to the
Whoa.
Premier League.
Oh, this is the
So-
thing, dude. Everybody's got this thing. When we lose, everybody's horrible. Blah blah blah. Son
Yeah,
sucks. Kulu
man.
sucks. Everybody's good. Everybody gets a. The only person that gets a pass is Harry Kane, even though it's the worst season he's ever had in his first shirt. It's really annoying. It's so old.
I mean, I will say though that that second Kane goal on the left foot, that was
Great
Pretty
goal.
much the same as Leeds.
that was dirt nasty. Dirt nasty.
Yeah.
It was so nice. What a strike. I mean,
Yeah.
Doherty played a beautiful ball. I mean, I think that's really the story of the match, right? Is Matt Doherty
Matt
just
Doherty.
going off.
Yeah.
No, how can
Man of the match.
no.
He
If
was
you-
excellent today. He
No,
really
bro,
was.
no. If you set a bar so low, then he's like 6 out of 10. You're gonna say, "Oh, he had a great game," but you will still
Stop it. No. Even if you're talking Trent Alexander-Arnold,
I'm
that
not
is
saying he's
a performance of a
Yeah,
performance.
I'm
dude.
not saying Matt Doherty is a good player. I'm saying he had a good game. That's what I'm saying.
Because Everton are terrible.
Because
that's
with the
fine.
qualification that Everton are trash. Yes.
You think Emerson
I'm not
Royale would
saying
play
Matt
that
Doherty is anywhere still fit
I
to be
think,
on
I think
this
Emerson
team.
Royale is just as bad. I think they're both terrible.
Honestly, I think
Yeah.
Emerson
I'd rather
is
have
just
Doherty.
Doherty's better.
footballer.
Doherty's
rather
better
have
than
Doherty.
Emerson. I've been saying it. The start of the season.
I agree. I would have Doherty over Emerson as well.
Yeah, I mean, yes, Emerson is being played out of position, but man, I think even in a back four,
He's
like,
not.
he's just not.
No,
Yes, he
Do you
is.
disagree, Will? Do you disagree?
Emerson is a right back. Honestly, I don't even know if he's a right back. I feel like he's
Kyrian
like
says he's a right back. Dietrich says he's a right wing back.
No, I never said.
What is he for crying out?
he's a right. Okay. So officially, he is a right back, but to me, I feel like he'd probably be better as a right center back in a 3 than even a right back. But even then, I don't know about that because he makes horrible defensive errors too.
It's a good idea, Potomac. Now that
He's
the
bad going
Kane,
forward, makes bad errors in defense. So
now that the Kane tracker is complete,
Oh yeah, you owe me an apology after what you said.
don't owe you an apology.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I don't owe you an apology for anything. What was the purpose of the Kane tracker? If Harry Kane didn't reach 10 goals, you would have to say that we.
But you even said he's not gonna do it.
You
You
said he wasn't going to do it.
No, you said he's gonna down to until the end of this season. Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. Never said
He
that.
said
No,
he's
I'm
gonna
just-
pull a Christian Eriksen.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you did.
Says he's going to pull Christian Eriksen, and he did.
No, he did.
Dad, whereabouts are you based in America?
Miami.
he's Canadian. Oh, I thought you were talking to Dietrich. Dan, never mind.
No,
Sorry.
Miami. Oh wow, I love Miami, man.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how I started supporting Tottenham.
Yeah,
And your dad's a City fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you made the worst
and
mistake.
How did you enjoy that the other night? You didn't come on that show. I was beating
Oh.
City 3-2.
Which one? I did come on that one.
Did you? I mean, I didn't ask you about your dad. I must have forgot.
It's weird because I don't even know how I got into football. I support. I mean, I'm Cuban, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm American, and I support Tottenham. That's like the weirdest mix. I don't even know how. I think I was just one day like in a restaurant watching a Tottenham game, and then I just started loving the way they played, and I'm like,
You made the worst mistake. You made the worst mistake.
I'd rather be a Tottenham fan than a Manchester City fan where every single game.
Bro, if I can go back, I'll choose City. I hate Tottenham, bro. I'm getting sick of that.
Tottenham.
Glory hunter,
Harry
bro.
Kane.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Such a glory hunter.
You're such an emo merchant, Dietrich. That's not even funny.
To be fair, right? Most people, I think, in the UK, if they
See if I can find some emo music for your intro.
if they were to go back and change, most people's second team is normally Liverpool. Actually,
Liverpool or Man U, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Definitely
Liverpool
not
is
now.
now. Who cares? Now? Are you not on Are you not part of Tottenham on Talk anymore, Dan?
I was just out for a long time. I've like stabilizing back into YouTube now, so I'm pretty sure now that Brian's back, we're gonna start talking about my show again on the Final Whistle, and I think we're gonna have to start doing that again.
Yeah. Because I haven't seen you in ages.
Yeah, there was a situation with my laptop, like a long time ago, and it was just. I'm pretty sure, like I put something on Twitter, like I'm gonna be out for a long time. I'm trying to fix the situation with my laptop, and when I finally fixed it, I came back. And I'm pretty sure, like the first game I came back was like City, which was, and then everybody started saying I was coming back because we won and stuff.
I did think, Dan, that you had stopped doing YouTube because you were just so depressed with like how Spurs were. Like I had just assumed that was the case, and I was like, fair enough. Like he's a young man. He needs to enjoy his time.
This is Dietrich's new theme song. All emo, the rain.
It's so hard being Dietrich's
It's actually a sick. I love
Tottenham
that.
supporter. It is.
No, bro, it's just annoying, man. We can't win shit, bro. We can't win anything.
No. We all feel the same. We all feel
No,
the same.
bro, it's every. Bro, it's been like since 2014. I had never seen a trophy in my life.
2014.
It was 2008.
Yeah,
I've
dude,
never been
how
going
does
to
Bell
see.
feel?
Try going back to 1986, dude. and then
you got a couple trophies along the way.
Listen. Dietrich has the audacity to tell people Stelios hates everything about Tottenham.
Because he rolls off on these things like this. He just does it like all the time.
The last 32 years of supporting Tottenham, you have no idea what I've been through. Like no idea.
No, but
you've just settled in. You've just settled in.
Yeah, we've been supporting Tottenham the same amount of time, Dietrich's then, because I started supporting in 2014 as well.
That was about the same time I started watching regularly.
Me, it's ever since Harry Kane's debut for England when he scored the header. Ever since that time.
I used to watch Gareth Bale, and Modric, but it was only when it came on in Korea. And back then, in like 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, it didn't. Not every Tottenham match came on late at night, in Korea. So I would watch just whoever's on. United used to come on a lot because what's his name was there then, but I was never like a super.
Park. Yeah.
Ji-Sung Park.
Do you know what a lot of Spurs fans don't realise, man, is that I'd say kind of the more newer Spurs fans is that up to
what are you guys doing? Still up. I just came back. I came back from the gym. You guys are still up. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, we got issues.
We're about ready to go though. So.
but like up to 91-92, Tottenham Hotspur, we were the 4th or 5th biggest club based on trophies, and we were only a few behind Arsenal. Right? Arsenal weren't this team way ahead of us, but Arsenal had won a lot more league.
We had cups than Arsenal. More FA Cups and European trophies than Arsenal.
European, FA, and League Cups.
And League Cups.
The only thing Arsenal had in us was league titles.
It was league titles, yeah.
But as soon as the Premier League arrived,
shit.
Everything changed. Literally,
well, it's because of Daniel Levy, right?
There was 3 really big clubs at the time. 3 really big clubs that just collapsed and went downhill. And that was Tottenham, Aston Villa, and Everton.
Yep.
Those 3 clubs, I can't tell you how big they were. And
when did Sunderland? Didn't at the same time Sunderland drop? Too?
Sunderland weren't a big club. I'm talking about trophies. And Tottenham, out of those 3, have come out the best. But
Sunderland, I will say this: Sunderland were like how we are right now. No, but like but they were like what we are like now. They weren't winning any trophies, but they were competing for the top 4, top 6 position back then. I mean, same as Newcastle. Newcastle never really a big club, but they were competing. Like we're really the Newcastle of the '90s, if I'm being honest.
That's right.
We're just competing for top 6.
But Tottenham were renowned. So people knew Tottenham. People understood there was a Tottenham way of football. People understood that Tottenham always had some of the best English players of all time. Always
first English team to win a European trophy. Like, people knew who they were.
Dude, we were a good club, man. But then what happened was the Premier League changed everything, and teams like Manchester and Liverpool just got more powerful.
Yeah.
Man United a lot more, and then teams like Chelsea and Man City appeared out of nowhere, who were fucking nobodies. They'd won like 6 trophies all their life. Became these super clubs. Arsenal is probably the only team that still managed to go upwards without mega money. Arsenal, listen, as much as I hate them, they did it the right way. Arsenal did it the right way.
And to be fair, Liverpool as well.
Liverpool, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
both of them.
Arsenal and Liverpool. City. Listen. City, and I'm gonna blame Chelsea first. Chelsea ruined football. Chelsea ruined football. In my opinion, they since Abramovich came in, they changed the complete landscape of football. You know, nowadays, like as much as I complain about Daniel Levy and his cheap ways, he does have a point that the inflation in football, it's absolutely absurd.
No,
To
fuck
just
you. No.
no, it is absurd because 40 million to just get a decent player is ridiculous.
It's not absurd.
It is absurd. It
No,
is
if he wasn't a cheap bastard, he would never say that.
No.
He's not saying he's not a cheap bastard. He's just saying the prices have increased over
since
the
Chelsea
years.
came in. It's ridiculous. I mean, we're talking about Messi. I mean, and don't get me wrong, he is the greatest of all time. But did you see the wages he was in? I mean, that is crazy. I mean, there's some businesses that don't even like make that as much as he.
If you factor in like all his sponsorships and everything, the dude makes like well over $1 billion a year.
Do you know where I disagree with Daniel Levy? Right, he's right when he talks about the inflation of prices.
Yeah,
but
he is.
But this is where I disagree with him, and this is why personally I don't want him as the chairman. I don't want
him either.
This is my reason though. Okay, when you look at the stadium, it took 8 years to build that from initial concept, doing the research, getting the architects, getting the builders, doing 2 years working, looking at what the NFL stadiums look like, getting the NFL contract, getting the NFL on board, designing the first retractable pitch in the UK. The effort, energy, and the precision to do that in the heart of London, which is so difficult to access and move materials and knock things down, and to raise the money, mate, the ambition and the planning behind that was second to none. There is no excuse, none, to put that same kind of ambition and planning into the football team over a long. And he's never done it. He's never,
50% of that, and we'd win a few trophies.
Done it. We don't need to spend. He's never put a plan in place with that level of precision.
And Sal, and that's where I agree with you. That's where you hit it right on the money. I think you don't need to spend loads of money to win a trophy, right? To win consistently, to win trophies consistently, I think so. I think you do need to spend loads of money. But if you want to be like a Liverpool, where you win maybe 3 trophies in 10 years, right? You just have to do the business right. You just have to do it right.
You need a plan.
You need a plan, exactly. and you can't skip. You can't skip the steps, right? Like City can afford skipping multiple steps because they have the money, right? We can't afford to skip our steps. The scouting has to be right. The people around, the transfer business has to be right. The philosophy around the club has to be all one. Everybody has to have the same philosophy, and you have to have the right people in place to do it, right? Like I'm a big fan of Paratici, but I was right there with you when I was like screaming for Campos, right? You want to buy young, you want to buy them, potential, you want to buy, the best youngsters in the league, and you want to buy gyms. There's Luis there was Campos, not Luis Campos right there. You know what I mean? Like he was available. And he wanted to come. All you needed to do was to spend that extra money. And yes, he would have cost money. But the money you spend, you're going to save because he's going to get you those gyms. He's going to get you those young players. And he's going to sell them for triple the price. And you're going to be making that profit.
But that's the thing with Levy. Yeah. We see that it's not just about the money for him. It's about control. He doesn't want to relinquish control.
No, my issue with Levy is
control over football, even though he doesn't understand football.
Marcelo, we had Paul Mitchell, one of the best director of football. Look at the team.
He ran him out of the club.
And then he wanted control. He didn't want to buy his players
and that's not even my problem with Levy.
But that's the issue. Like even if you put
Paratici,
Campos, Paul Mitchell, he will still find a way to fuck up everything.
Because in my opinion, we have. I know it's going to sound controversial, but over the last 3 seasons, we have spent a decent amount of money.
No, we did.
We did. We spent.
Bro, 70. No, imagine not. No, wait. imagine not spending for at least 3 transfers, then you spend 70 million.
I know, but
That's disgraceful.
But the thing is, but the thing is,
Dietrich,
spend
we
big.
spent 200. We spent 250 million in 2
Million in
years.
one-
That's a lot of
yeah.
money, man.
That's a lot of
It
money. And but the issue is
We bought
none
shit
of
with
those,
it. We bought
no one starts for us. You know,
Yeah.
Liverpool. Okay, Liverpool spent what 60 or 70 million for Van Dijk, right? Well, how much was
70
it?
mil. 70 mil.
Yeah,
70 mil.
yeah.
How much
Yeah.
did they spend for not Emerson, Allison?
70 mil.
They spent 70 mil for
But
Allison.
that's
70,
Coutinho's
75,
money.
yeah.
That's
Okay,
Coutinho money.
75. Okay. No. Okay, yeah, with Coutinho money. And then how much did they spend for who else they got? Fabinho, right? He was like 35 something mil, right?
40 mil.
40 mil. So that's less.
The Greek
that
right back was about 15 million cheap.
yeah, that's less than what we spend that window. And with those three
They spent
signings,
30 million on Mane. Mane, 30
yeah,
million.
no, but with those three
We
signings,
bought Brian Hill.
yeah, but with those three signings, Stel, they went on to win the league, and they spent less than us, right? So you don't need to necessarily spend loads of money to win trophies. You just need to have a plan, follow that plan strictly. Because what I like about Liverpool is sometimes their fan base, they complain, oh, we didn't buy anybody, but the board always says we're not going to buy anybody unless they can replace someone or they improve the team.
But
That's the
Marcelo,
right way.
And that's the right way. That we can't like the way we run is we try to go for a big player, we fail, and then we just panic buy like
Yeah.
3 players.
Do you know who's copying the Liverpool way right now? Like, we're not going to buy a player unless they add value to us. Is Arsenal.
It's Arsenal.
They didn't buy a striker in January because they said the guy we wanted, we didn't get him. We're not going to just panic. We'll wait.
Yeah.
And that's
Smart.
the right way. It's the right way.
It's how
Do you
you
want-
save money, and it's how
We-
you get the right players in.
We couldn't get a striker, so we bought Bergwijn and Gedson Fernandes, and both
But
of
you
just
know- But the
Jackson
issue,
Fernandes is-
the issue with Spurs, like even if we bought like let's say Salah, Mane, all those players, like who tells you they're gonna succeed at Spurs? Like my main issue with this club, we don't have a winning mentality. Let's say they become like
Oh my
Dele
gosh,
Alli and
dude,
stuff.
stop.
No, stop, man.
No,
Listen. If you put that Liverpool side right, and you change their kit to a Spurs kit,
They
it
still
won't
play the
change a
same.
thing. They'll
No,
play
I-
the same. Stop
no,
with this juju. It's just the
No.
thing is we have an. It's like Will said, we have an unbalanced team. We have 2 world-class players up front. We have
Dog crap in the
mediocre
midfield.
midfielders, and then we
Average
have
backline.
average backline.
Yeah,
We
but
have
we had
no balance,
Dietrich,
and when
Dietrich.
our 2 best players are shut down, like I said this morning, right? Like if they play a low block, they have 2 men on Son and 1 man marking Kane. That's it. You beat Tottenham.
Yeah,
you,
but
you,
we
you,
had
you
a-
beat Tottenham.
No,
but we
we're
had-
like
we
we're
had a good
literally.
we had a good team under Poch and we still didn't win anything. Like it's
But we didn't have
was a
the
good
depth.
Didn't have depth. We needed a couple more pieces. And yeah, we
Dietrich,
went 3 windows without spending. He didn't
Dietrich,
buy
we
it.
started the Champions League final with Harry Winks centre mid. Come on.
And
Come
Moses
on.
Sissoko.
No, but but that's
It's
my
not possible. It's not. Liverpool would never do that. Liverpool would never have Harry
no,
Winks.
but that's my but that's my thing. Like when they
Sissoko.
won the Prem, they didn't have so much depth. Same thing with the Champions League.
The issue
Did
is-
you see
no,
Sissoko's goal against Arsenal on the weekend though?
but the thing is,
Okay.
but the thing is,
Unbelievable.
Dietrich, is over the years we have been getting really good managers, right? Harry Redknapp, very good manager. I don't care what people tell me, very good manager. Pochettino, very good manager. Mourinho, okay, he had his faults, but I still think he's a very good manager. Nuno, I didn't rate. Conte, very good manager. We get these very good managers, and we rely on them to pull their weight and exceed the expectations. While with Liverpool, they get a very good manager, but they also back his expectations. When Pochettino, right? We remember we were above Liverpool. There was a point where we were ahead of Liverpool.
6 seasons we finished
But
ahead of him.
but what happened?
4-1 at Wembley.
But what happened? We went three transfer windows without buying a single player. What did Klopp get? He got Van Dijk, he got Fabinho, and he got
He got Mane.
Alisson.
He got
and
Mane, Allison, Fabinho.
Mane, yeah, and Salah.
Now you got a new starting 11. Except
My
Henderson.
problem with Tottenham is that there's no philosophy that we're following. It's
Exactly.
just they just look at the manager, because if you look at it, when we're looking for Fonseca,
We're following
like,
a philosophy.
and then
Just
we
not a
just
good one.
we didn't get him, and then we go for a completely different way of playing with Antonio Conte. Let's say, for example, we're trying to get Pep Guardiola and then it fails. Then we'll go after and try and get Jose Mourinho. Two completely different styles of football.
Well, that's what we did
Very
with
accurate.
Pochettino and Mourinho.
This goes back to what I said. They spent 8 years putting this stadium together, 8 years in the making. And now they've got it. They've got plans. Boxing, NFL. Let's get the Super Bowl final. If that works, let's start an NFL franchise. There's a plan for this project.
It's called a Super Bowl still.
Right,
Yeah, there's no final.
They've got. But this is 8 years in the making, and then the next 8 years of this stadium, that was all part of the long term. There's never, ever been a plan for this football team.
Well, and it's like you said. Still,
I'll say this.
The kids in the academy aren't even taught a particular style of football or even placed in particular positions.
I will say this, Stel. There was at one point, as a Spurs fan, right? As like I would say, I think it's already been 12, 14 years since I've been a Spurs fan. Out of my 14 years as a Spurs fan, there was only one time where I felt we were actually following a philosophy and a plan, and that was Redknapp and then Poch.
Yeah.
So I think those two men. Well, actually, even going back a little bit
Martin
further,
Yole.
Martin Yole. I was about to say Martin Yole,
started it,
Redknapp, and then Pochettino. That's where I truly felt we were building the philosophy. You know, playing the Tottenham way, playing on the front foot, pressing football, and we were buying players for that style. And then we got Mitchell in, and everything seems like it was, you know, hitting the block. And then Daniel Levy decided to fuck it all up. Fuck it all up.
Do you know
Clement has a comment for you. Yeah.
We didn't get a right wing back, then we bought Royale. Yeah.
We were looking for a right back though, because Nuno came in
Marcelo,
going to play a
you.
back four.
I blame
and
you.
Trolling you.
No, Emerson is shit,
No,
bro.
I blame you both.
Hey, you're talking about Brazil's future starting right back. Bro, hey, you're talking about Brazil's future starting right back, bro.
Man, honestly, Emerson is like an MLS level like quality player.
I don't know how I don't know. But the thing
He's
is, you know what's
terrible in
crazy?
both areas of the game, attacking and defending. It's incredible.
No, you know what? You know what's crazy? You know
How did
what's
he
crazy?
get to Barcelona, man?
No, you know what's crazy? Because I watched him in the championship, and he was actually good. I swear to God, I watched him in Real Betis. He was actually good. He looked good, and I thought, you know, get him to Tottenham. He'll be a player. You know, he was able to cross the ball. I am never, ever going to rate any player that comes from La Liga. I'm sorry. I'm not rating any player that comes from La Liga anymore. I'm just not.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Two nights with Gaga at the Tottenham Stadium.
How much are the tickets, Stel?
I might get a season pass discount.
All right,
dude, I would go.
Do it. You should do it. You should live stream from the Lady Gaga concert at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That would be great. It'd be a good troll.
That's why I don't rate Brazilians. All overrated.
Do you know,
Marcelo? Where did this all of a sudden confidence come from these Canadians? It just boggles my mind.
They beat. It's because you let. No, it's because you let them beat you. That's what happened. Yes. They beat you. They beat the US.
Is that the state of the delusion? Is that they beat the US once?
Marcelo,
We beat in Brazil.
Who are we? We're the U.S. Like they shouldn't be gaining this much confidence from beating us. We're not that good. Like,
Will can back me up here. I always think that the U.S. is a good team. I don't think
we
they're
didn't go to the World Cup last time.
Yeah,
but
but
neither did Italy.
Italy.
They're your champions of Europe, Karen. The logic doesn't follow.
Have you guys ever been to a major
they're in
football
Europe.
tournament?
That's a tough.
Guys, have you guys ever been to a World Cup tournament? Like, ever been to an actual?
No.
I've been to a Copa America, and I've been to.
Let me tell you now.
Yeah,
the highest
Copa
level
America.
My uncle was at 7-2. My uncle was at 7-1.
7-1.
Brazil, Germany.
I don't even bring that one up.
Oh,
Didn't
Let
happen.
me tell you, right? I tell you now.
AKA
Okay?
Brazil's national shame.
I've been to a World Cup, all right? Let me tell you something. Out of all the rivalries I've seen, there's some big ones. You've got like kind of European rivalries, South American rivalries, and you've got a couple of like war-based rivalries. Do you know the one that's got the most fire? And I
USA,
mean,
Mexico.
USA, Mexico.
No.
Morocco, Algeria.
I promise you, Italy, Brazil is fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
Them
that makes
two,
sense. That makes sense.
It's fire.
We
I
hate
swear to
Italians.
I
I know
think Mexico
Brazilians
versus
Brazilians
US
don't like Italians.
Italians don't like the Brazilians, but you know what's funny? They can talk to each other. The language is quite similar because I see
I'm part Italian, so I have heritage.
I'm 2.5% Italian.
My grandfather
Italian and Brazilian.
Yeah, my grandfather was
Crazy.
born in Italy. He was born in Lomas, Italy. He was a Milan fan.
Is it because a lot of Italians like emigrated to Brazil? Is that why there's a rivalry?
Yeah, no, he was an AC Milan fan.
Do you know Iggy on my channel? He's that big Italian AC Milan fan.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh?
Oh, you two would get on like a house on fire, man. Ugh.
I mean, I'm not really an AC Milan fan. You know what I mean? Like, if they win the league, I'm like, yay, good for them. You know,
yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I'm happy for my grandfather. You know, but like,
I remember seeing, man, when Italy won the World Cup in Germany. Boy, I'm telling you, the Brazil-Italy rivalry is something else, man. I've never.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something else crazy? My great grandmother, she was German, so I'm Italian, German, and Brazilian. I'm all three.
Bro. A lot of guys in South America like that. A lot of Argentinians are Italian as well.
Yeah.
That's the three most successful team.
Munak Kyunggi-jong.
Yeah.
With my son back at the World Cup.
Will, is that you?
Will?
Yeah.
Well, you got a nice jawline, bro. What the fuck? Why did you shave?
We'll go back.
You didn't see him last time he shaved? It was crazy.
We'll go back to the gym.
Actually, I hadn't gone to the gym then. I probably weighed like 170.
No, you look different. No, you look
in that
different.
time.
Wait, you're 6'7", right?
6'5".
Jesus Christ, I'm heavier than you, Will. You gotta start.
6'5".
Gotta eat,
I was like
man.
175 in this picture. Yeah,
No,
dude. I thought I
don't
had cancer for a while at that time.
Jesus.
I was really thin.
I'm
Yeah,
5'9", and I'm like
yeah.
one.
I weigh
180,
210 now.
190.
But
Okay, there we go.
No,
that's
you look
better.
different. No, you look so different.
What is that? Pounds? Is that pounds?
210
Yeah,
pounds.
they're
Yeah,
pounds.
yeah.
I'm like 84 kilograms, I
Like
think.
90 something kilograms.
Oh,
We don't do
damn,
stones
Cody.
stuff.
Even your mother said you're too skinny on the comments.
My mom did.
Yeah.
Dude,
You worried me. Oh, Mama.
sorry.
Yeah, weird.
Oh no, that's
I was very skinny then. When I actually went to the gym, I was 195, but that was at like 7 to 8% body fat, and now I'm like 20.
You're skinny. man.
I'm 189 pounds.
Oh, okay, Stell. You weigh like similar weight as me.
I'm
I
5'8",
don't remember,
so
to be honest with you.
I'm overweight.
I'm too
Well, it depends because I've been lifting a lot of weight. So I was 170, then I started lifting weights, and now I'm like 190.
Bro, I'm too
But, like
Yeah,
my waist size is still the same.
Mine's fat.
I was trying to give you some confidence, man. Come on.
No. My body shape, mate, dude. Once I finish this chiropractic treatment, once they've straightened my spine and aligned my pelvis, then I can go to the gym.
And you still away from Twitter.
Man, Sal, you. I'll say this. Will has a warpath when it comes to Sunny, but you're in a crusade, my man. Like just
Scorched
seeing you on
earth,
Twitter,
motherfucker.
it's literally like just a crusade.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. It's full throttle, no mercy. Just
blood
you know what I
sport.
mean? pillage,
Pure blood
destroy, nothing held back. Like Will is like, listen, I'll go to war with you, but like I have like some rules here. You know what I mean?
Will abides by the Geneva Convention. Stell does not.
No, you're full throttle pillaging.
I like Putin style. I like his style.
Yeah, Putin style.
Bring up Gangnam style, right? Putin style.
But jokes aside and all that, right? Honestly, I tell you what it is. Part of it is personal beef going back from a year ago that I've just let go, and it keeps resurfacing, and I let it go, and it got to a point where I said, "That's it. I'm not letting it go anymore. Now I'm just going to come," and that's part of it. And the other part is I'm just genuinely sick to death of a lot of channels who all they do is debate and talk about the problems, but they do nothing about it, and they have the cheek, a lot of them, to then laugh at people like Brian and me who protest. They laugh.
Yeah, I hate that.
And they
No,
make
honestly,
and they make
Danny's
and they
got to
make a
go.
joke at us.
Danny's got to go. Danny's got to go. Danny's got to go. If you got a show,
Alright,
plug it.
Dan.
You got a Twitter, plug it. You got a thing, plug it.
Well, recently I just reached 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 followers on Twitter. So thank you for that.
1,000 followers on Twitter. Yeah, you got more than me,
Oh,
man.
that's awesome.
Yeah, you got more than
Come on, Dan.
Thanks for that. Dan THFC on YouTube. If you like what I have to say, go check me out. If you don't, then still go check me out. But yeah, thanks for having me, Will. Fantastic show today, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right, man. Take it easy. You're welcome anytime, friend.
Dan the man.
Marcelo, look at his comments for you.
It's not leaving.
Whose comment? Bruno Kana. Yo, Marcelo, you are jacked. Oh my God. Give me some tips.
eat a lot of rice, protein, and
I'm just laughing from D-Trex's laugh.
nah, just eat a lot of rice, protein, and just go. Actually, my legs are a lot, like, people don't notice, but my legs are actually a lot bigger than my arms. Like, I have big
They always
thighs. Yeah, no, but like muscular wise, my thighs are like. I want to get to Cristiano Ronaldo level. I'm so close to 3 plates on the squat rack, and I can already do like 4 on the press, leg press, but I'm so close. I want to get that Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, just be like, Sue.
I've got 3 trunk legs, like just genetically, like my dad has them. I got just big legs. When I was 17 in high school, my squat max was 500. And
nice.
I'm about your height, Marcel. I'm like 5'9", almost 5'10". You know, and yeah, that was back then. I'd like to get back to that point, but the injuries from years of rugby make it hard to like try and push
too
that
tall
far.
Too tall to squat. I could leg press.
Tall
over
guys
500.
I've noticed tall guys have a really hard time squatting, man.
Squatting is difficult. Yeah. I could pull close to 4.5, 500. I could leg press 5 something, but squatting, dude, any more than like 3 plates, and my knees and hips just couldn't take it, man.
I always had trouble cleaning. That was the one I couldn't do because
I've been only going for a year.
I'm built so square that when I used to try and clean, like I didn't have the length and the reach to be able to like get the momentum to flip the bar. So like my form was shit. So I couldn't power clean but like 200 pounds because I just couldn't get the form down. I was just had the worst build possible. But I could squat a fucking truck.
But if Ronak, if you are being serious, honestly, I don't even diet. I just I see food, I eat it, and then I eat a lot of it, and then I lift. I see big weights and I lift it. Honestly, it's about the most. Just some people like to overcomplicate it.
He's on a dirty boat. He's on a dirty boat.
I just go there and I'm like, big weight, big food.
If you really want to cut though and get 6-pack, you will have to diet at some point.
You will have to diet. Yeah. Yes, I'm not looking for a 6-pack. I'm just.
I follow this woman.
You gotta be team swole.
I follow this woman from New York, okay? Because once my back's fixed, I want to do gym and I want to sort out my nutrition because I have to. I'm getting to that point. If I don't, I'm not going to see 50 the way I'm going, man. I'm telling you, my diet is shocking. But she's proven in all her research and her studies that like there's not an obesity problem or
sedentary problem. Yeah.
And she says that the vegan diet as well is not right. She goes, we don't eat enough protein. Like we undernourish our bodies with protein and the right quality of protein. And she says the vegan diet, that the problem with the vegan diet is it lacks the natural proteins you get from meat. That a vegan diet, yes, you could extract that same protein, but you need to eat 3 times the quantity, which is impossible. And what is key to longevity of life is muscle, because muscle, what it does for your mobility, what it does for your strengthening of the other organs, the vital organs that start fading as you get old. Anyway, I won't go into the whole story of it, but good muscle, not muscle, but good muscle based off of good protein is the key, man. And she explained
good
it
protein
all.
and good carbs and everything. Like people like, oh, carbs, man. Listen, it's simple. Just go.
You have to have carbs.
Yeah, just eat.
Carbs.
Protein is the key.
For
good protein, good
fats.
quality.
Yeah,
good quality protein.
For breakfast, I have eggs, and I will have like yogurt. Lunch, I'll have like a wrap, like a chicken wrap with like lettuce and tomatoes and all that stuff, right? And then I'll have like another yogurt and like I don't know, maybe like potato chips on the side. And then for dinner, I'll just have a big old plate of rice, whatever protein I want to make or my mom makes, and then I'll just put some beans and fucking whatever vegetables there and just eat it.
What I used to do when how I got down to 7 or 8% body fat was 3 times a day I would eat brown rice and a can of tuna fish. That was it. Mixed it up together. No dressing, no anything. Just whatever oil was in the can. Not
what is it with you military guys and always dry food, man? My buddy is the same way.
Meat. Canned meat.
Yeah, my buddy is the same way. He's from the Marines. He loves eating canned meat.
Tuna fish is probably one of the best protein sources you can get. It's high in omega-3s.
No, it's chicken.
Lean.
Right? It's chicken.
Better than chicken.
Tuna's
better than chicken.
No,
Salmon,
it's better
fish,
because it has the oils.
Fats.
It's got the fats, yeah.
Omega-3 fats.
Tuna is very good. I eat tuna sometimes when I'm like, I feel.
Dude,
like it.
Marcelo, honestly, I think you'd appreciate this. Check out this person.
And 3 shakes a day.
Dr. Gabriel Leon, right?
She looks a little thick.
She's got she
does look thick. That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to be that guy.
If you see the muscle and her tone, she practices what she preaches, but she's got all the research. She's got all these doctors that come on I know everyone's like an expert and who do you believe, but I actually read her paper and it totally makes sense what she's saying. And then she actually says like people don't talk about this because society is trying to cram into your head vegan. And she said like if you want to push being vegan because you want to look after the environment and you're doing it purely from an environmental perspective, then fair enough. You can't argue it. But if you're pushing vegan as a healthier way to live, it's bullshit. The science is against it.
Forget vegan. I couldn't be a vegetarian, man. I can't.
Some people do it. Some people do it or whatever. But I mean, people do it for multiple reasons. They do it for
that was her argument.
Issues and da da da.
But she's arguing that when people are going around saying, "Don't eat meat; it's bad for you. Don't eat this; it's bad for you." It's bollocks. It's bullshit. Actually, being vegan.
If it's a moral issue, then that's one thing. But it's definitely not nutritionally beneficial. I mean, there can be some, but it just depends on the body type. That's the thing. This is the hard thing about it. Each person has a different body type. So, for example, I'm a hard gainer. Marcelo looks like he has the build of like an easy gainer, right? And then you have middle guys, like guys that have usually a thick bone structure and just naturally a little bit thick. It takes a lot for me to gain weight to build muscle, right? Some guys build muscle easier. It's just the
Yeah, it doesn't take long for me either.
Yeah. Like for me, it's really weird. In my legs, I only had to do leg day once a week. If I did leg day too much, my legs grew too fast. And I don't know, it's just because I'm tall and I carried my, my bone weight around all the time, but my legs grow fast. My upper body grows really slow. So I had to do like 3 times the upper body workouts as I did leg workouts to have a balance.
I will notice this, my chest compared to like, because some guys, they have like, you know, really wide back and wide shoulders. I have like wide shoulders, but like my back isn't as wide.
Yeah,
so
but
I always found my chest grows a little bit
Marcel,
slower.
some guys at the gym, just be careful. Like,
I couldn't even hear.
Oh
it.
shit! Can you guys hear?
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Oh fuck! Okay, yeah. Shit. Fuck my
Yeah, I
wife.
had
Yeah,
Gogama asks, that's all you ate was tuna fish and rice? And I said, yeah, Chamchirang, Pop, and Kim. You know, like the seaweed?
tell you what.
I would basically take the seaweed to catch it up. I still eat it today. I eat it when I got my tooth pulled. That's what I ate because I couldn't eat anything hard.
Seaweed is delicious.
It was
Out of all the countries,
it's
I've been
actually
in the world,
lavender. It's not really seaweed. But...
I love lavender. You know, out of all the countries in the world I've been, and when you know, sometimes you sit back and you observe people to see what they're like. The fittest people I've seen in terms of mobility, movement, just not a lot of body fat, good shape, was the Japanese, all ages, especially the elderly. And do you know what I noticed about their diet? It's 90% rice, vegetables, and shitloads of fish. Fish,
rice, and vegetables. Yeah.
I think also Koreans. I think Koreans like the way
a lot of
like,
the East Asian cultures in general. It's
Korea.
based around those staples, and it is like really the healthiest and most balanced diet.
I haven't been to Korea, but I met a lot of I have a lot of Korean friends, and I have to say, like, they age like really well.
Yeah, but then there's a certain age. They age. They look always about 5-10 younger than they are compared to. But then there's a cliff. There's a cliff, dude. And when they hit that cliff, it's like
60.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's like
grandmother did.
Russians have it too. I feel like
cliff, dude.
You go from
you could literally go to bed.
babushka.
You could literally go to bed with your wife looking like she's 40. You wake up in the morning, she looks like she's 80. I mean, I don't know what happened.
Do you know who lives the longest though? You know who lives the longest though? The Mediterraneans. The Mediterraneans, they live the longest. The Greek islanders, the Italians, the Spanish,
it's
they live
mostly
the longest.
coastal peoples across the world because it's based on good carbs, vegetables, and fish, seafood.
If you ever want to meet the best, most jacked looking people on earth, I'm telling you, go to Rio.
Russia.
No, go to Rio. Go to Rio. Go to the beaches. Everybody there has a six pack.
Yeah.
No, the rest of Brazil, forget about it. But Rio, beaches, everybody has a six pack. Everybody I saw, every guy was.
It's like Miami.
Because it's how you get.
Miami
It's how they get the
US,
women. They take out their shirts. They go up there. They flirt. And if you don't have a six pack, forget about it. You're not gonna get a nice lady. They're gonna. It's all about the looks in Rio, man. They look. They're always jacked.
See Dietrich Kane walking down the beach in Rio with his Human in the sun.
And I'll tell you this, man.
His Harry Kane Spurs shirt. Just.
No, I couldn't.
No, I'm pretty sure if I go to Korea.
It's the one place where legitimately I've been and I've like gotten intimidated, like in terms of just like, like getting gay, like finding a girl or something like that. I'll be like, Jesus Christ, like I stand no chance with these guys.
Professionals.
Yeah, it's all fucking Arnold's, man.
Professional pickup artists.
Arnold's.
I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I have no chance.
Yeah,
And the babes, man, it's insane. It's insane. Rio beaches are something else.
Do you know what? To be that fit, that pumped, it's a lifestyle. You've got to change, your whole lifestyle has to be geared around it.
And that's what I mean, though. For like these guys, it's usually the guys that are between 20 and 30 because they're looking to, find a girlfriend or get a wife and stuff like that. All these guys do is work, go to the gym, and then go to the beaches. That's their life. That's it.
It's a good life, man.
It is. Yeah. And to be fair, Daza Hotspur said it right. Stress is the biggest killer. I don't stress about things anymore, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, people ask me, like, honestly, people ask me, like, oh, what are you going to do in 10 years? I'm like, I don't know. What are you going to do for 10 years, man? You know what I mean? What is anybody going to do in 10 years? Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
No, me
that's my
only
problem.
stress when Kane doesn't score. Only stress though.
Yeah, honestly, Tottenham is the only stress in my life.
Same thing.
Really, everything else in my life, I don't stress about. I don't care. I'm like, whatever, like, like, obviously, like, I'm doing stuff, like, I'm looking to, go for master programs. I'm looking at stuff, right? Like, I'm looking at stuff, but I'm not, like, stressing about it,
How old are you, Marcelo?
I'm 24.
Oh, you're so young, man. You got no stress.
Shit, you're 24.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't. Oh.
People think I'm a lot older.
No, I thought you were like 28. To be honest, I thought you were.
Yeah, people think I'm a lot older than I actually am.
Wait, did you
got a beard and a moustache?
No.
In which program did you graduate?
I graduated in psych, but I'm thinking about going back for like a 2, maybe 3-year program.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't know, man. Like whatever life is, people like a lot of like I always say this, if you have a problem in life, like always first off, it's okay to take a night, and sleep on it, and then deal with it the next day. Sometimes that could be good, but just think of it as like a staircase, right? If you got a lot of problems and you try to jump that staircase all at once, you're most likely going to slip, fall, and go all the way back down, right? But if you take it one step at a time, man, you eventually, get up there. And a lot of times life also solve a lot of your problems, Like, how many times have you thought, like, oh, I have this big problem, and you stress all about it, but then, like, somehow, like, it kind of fixes itself eventually, and you worried about that all for fucking nothing, So it's...
Yeah, I like to say worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't take you anywhere.
Exactly.
The thing is, it's all about expectation. Yeah. If you, everything is expectation. If you expect to earn $100,000 by the age of 25 and you don't, then you're going to be unhappy because your expectation was, I was supposed to do that. I should have done this. It's like this guy I was watching the other day. When you go to the beach, okay, if the waves come and hit you and you get soaking wet, or this breeze comes and it blows all your, I don't know, maybe you got paperwork in your hand, it blows your paperwork in the air and you're like, you don't get angry by it because when you go to the beach, you expect to get wet and you expect there to be a breeze of wind. You expect it. So everything's about expectation. You only get angry. I think if you put the expectation that if you expect Spurs to win the FA Cup, you're going to be fucking upset a lot.
You're going to be upset, yeah.
Whereas if you're a Chelsea fan, your expectation should be to win the FA Cup. It should be there. So
if you win a lot, challenge for the league.
I expect
but that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop us from getting our hopes up though every single year.
No. Listen, the only time
I'm thinking the whole time during all this life advice.
I did not expect to win a trophy.
The only
whilst Ian Kahea, I expect nothing. I expect nothing.
The only time I wasn't even disappointed at Middlesbrough. I was just angry at the moment.
I predicted it on We Are Tottenham TV.
Yeah, I know you did.
This is me in 2015.
Oh wow!
So that was at about 10% body fat.
You've got really nice hips.
Hips.
Well, I think you look good without a beard, man. You gotta.
I do when I'm fit.
Yeah, fair. But
I gain a lot of weight in my face, dude. More than any place else.
No, listen.
Stop drinking. Stop drinking.
I'm the same way. Once, like,
This is
if
beer
I get
here.
fat, it goes over here and it goes to my stomach.
I didn't get stuff really around my midsection until after 36, 37.
Listen, when I went to high school, after high school, I gained a ton of weight because I was really skinny during wrestling, but I gained a ton of weight. And I remember how fat I was, man. And I don't know if I have a picture here, but dude, I looked at a picture of me when I was fat and I almost could not recognize myself.
I was skinny all the way up to 32, and then when I slipped my disc and it stopped me from playing football, it stopped me from doing gym, everything went down. You know what? Your back is so important, man. Look after your back.
No, ever since I was
That's kind of what's happened to me. Like I was an athlete all throughout high school. I went to college and I was playing rugby, and I had just fucked up my I fucked up my back and my shoulder, and I had already like fucked up my knees plenty of times and had multiple concussions, and just all of it together was just like I couldn't, it was hard to push myself to do anything. Because eventually I get to a point where shit just starts to really hurt, and so that's what I'm working through now, trying to find ways to do things slowly in a more balanced way. But it's hard for me because I was fit for a long time and now I'm totally not. So
I don't know.
Have to relearn.
All right,
how
guys,
to do
but
things.
it's nearly midnight, dude, and it's like 4 hours on the show, and the last we're talking about weightlifting, wrestling, frat parties, and all kinds of stuff for the last 2 hours. So,
but Will, we haven't discussed the war in Ukraine and the metaverse.
War in Ukraine, metaverse,
or NFTs,
NFTs,
tokens, coins.
All on the next WillStewartTHFCRants. Oh my god.
Metadocrity.
No, I'll be honest, your debate versus Sava and Henry was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good.
Well, thank you.
Oh, wait. What was that? Plug that real quick.
Oh, the debate between me and Sava?
Yeah.
But the fact you always said Harry Kane like it made me stop.
No, because he used Harry Kane as a level of being world class, right? But then he had to admit at the end of it that Harry Kane wasn't world class because he was contradicting himself by his own logic. Which Marcel does a lot too, but he just keeps moving it back and back and back.
I don't know what you're talking about. I always said both Son and Harry Kane.
No, I'm not talking about specifically Harry Kane. I'm talking about when you argue, if you keep moving them.
No. I'm sorry. You cannot. I don't care what stats you tell me. You cannot justify giving Harry Winks a 6 for that Middlesbrough game. Nobody here thinks Harry Winks had a 6 out of 10 performance.
No, he had a 1. He had a 1.
There's no. I wouldn't say he had a 1. It was a 4 at most.
No, name
4 at most.
No,
6 is like. If I went there, 6 is like if I went there and I did okay, I got maybe a few passes in. Like, man, 6 out of 10 for that Middlesbrough performance.
You got to keep trash and super chats, man. That way I can make more money when you're on my show.
Nobody sends them into. No one sends them into my show anymore. Like
you killed it. You killed it. But no, I do want to thank.
Can I go first, Bill? Can I just go bye-bye? Because it's 5 a.m. here.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking up.
What are you doing, Stel? Go to sleep, man.
Do you know what it is? I just like the Will show. When I just the
it is fun.
Yeah, I just like the show.
It is.
So this morning when we were on WhatsApp, or this afternoon for you, I hadn't slept since I was on Henry's show.
Yeah, because I woke up and you're texting. I'm like, we'll never text at this time. It was like 5 a.m. your time. And I thought, what's he doing?
You guys are crazy.
I don't go to bed till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning most nights.
That's crazy.
Between 3 and 6.
Crazy, man.
I go to bed around like 10, 11 o'clock, man. That's I only stay up for this show. I only
stay up for this.
I'm only old. I only sleep about 4 to 5 hours a day.
All right, peace out, guys. Come on, use for.
Big up, Mama Coates in the chat.
Hey, but I was gonna let you do your thing. But get them super chats in. Still loves them. Big up the Irish. Everybody go subscribe to Stel over at Tottenham Way and at Stelio Tritos on Twitter.
Can I say one thing? Despite all the fire that I've brought, and despite all the controversy, and despite all the hate,
I love you, Stel.
I've grown by another 22 subscribers since. So you figure it out, man. You go figure out what's going on out there. I don't know.
No, but it's so funny.
It's all Iggy.
When you copy paste the same answers for like every question, like it's so hilarious. When you put the same answer, I don't care.
Yeah, like to be honest with you, the reason why I don't comment on a lot of your tweets because they're pretty much the exact same thing. You just find new people to get pissed off.
I love it. I love it because Stel sometimes like you'll write a paragraph and then you do a space and then with
Yeah.
all caps you'll write another paragraph and then like at some points I don't even I just read it and I don't even react to it because I'm like, oh, Stell's just he's letting it all out. For me, I feel like Twitter for you is like a way to just let all out your
just let his team. But what I do is if it starts with if you, then I know what it's about.
I target everyone who's targeted me. I have not targeted one person.
Dude,
who hasn't
you and Matt
targeted me.
Hayes, it's the funniest thing I've ever
Marcelo, if I told you the story behind that, people don't even know the half of it with Matt Hayes, and I'm not going to go into it now.
Yeah, but
I just repeat myself. But
subscribe to Tottenham Away.
He's doing he want to cut off the one of the.
Tell me before the stream. Tell me
After.
Right,
Yeah,
after, not before. After.
Coach Stell, Tottenham Away. We got Marcelo at 10 against 25. Dietrich Kane is here. I got a new thing that I'm going to do because I learned a new thing from Stell. But I just want to run through. Thank you, Gogama, for all of your super chats today. Aaron Dub, Jay Go, Gogama again, Gina Kim, Henry Wright TV. Gogama is pulling the weight. You guys need to help Gogama out. Rob Coyne with the big one of the day. Gogama again, and then Aaron Dub again. Thank you guys very much for the super chats. All that stuff. And you know what? We got Man United coming up on the weekend. Stay strong.
Up the fucking Spurs.
Up the Spurs.
If we don't win, I'm gonna lose my shit.
He's gonna lose his shit. Stay Spurs.
I'm just gonna be like typical Tottenham if we lose. Honestly.
I'm doing the watch along for We Are Tottenham TV.
It's good. We're gonna win 4-3 in the 95th minute.
Half the. Oh my god. God help me.
Stay strong. Stay Spurs, folks. And we'll see you next time.
We'll be right back.